what you ended up going to prison for was throwing a Molotov or two, correct?
Yeah. I went on a little micro rampage against the city. I'd thrown a Molotov at a cop car. We watched this building for about a week. I got my guns, I got my Molotovs, I got my little stupid mask. Looking around and in a big hurry, throw the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And that hammer goes right through the window.
And whose office is this again?
It's Manuel Cleaver's, congressman in Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know what the statute of limitations is for shooting a building. And I don't.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Statute of limitations for shooting a building. That says 3 to 5 years, depending on whether it's state or federal.
Oh, dope. So we were shooting up the Federal Reserve, shooting up banks. Van type thing rolls up. Those dudes walk out with their guns. They say, put your hand on your head, get on the ground. And I have a backpack on me, and it's got more Molotovs in it.
Oh, no. You serve time alongside people like the Unabomber, El Chapo, or not alongside them, but in the same facility that those people were in. The ADX Florence in Colorado, it's called?
Yeah, the USP Federal Supermax. So he called me down to the lieutenant's office to have a safety check. He's like, you terrorist scum. He pushes me and I fall against a metal filing cabinet. Lifting myself off the cabinet, he throws a punch and a punch at me. He forgot that I had boxed for literally my entire life. And so I lit his ass up. That's not my blood. That's not mine.
How's your trip out here been so far? You do anything last night?
No. My friend came and picked me up from the airport.
Oh, you got to avoid the Uber?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was my first time ever using an Uber.
Dude.
To get here.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was scary. Like,
Why's that?
I don't know these dudes. Like, they're picking me up. Do I have to go to you? Do you come to me? Like, it's just scary, dude. Some stranger. I don't know if you see me keep rubbing my neck because it stressed me out so bad.
Oh, that's what you're doing? You're stressed?
Yeah, trying to because I got pinched nerves from prison workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to work them out. They get tightened.
Oh, I do that a lot too, but it's because I'm really easily able to crack my neck. I feel like my neck gets really stiff.
Oh, you're blessed.
I'm like, is that a good thing?
I don't know.
I feel like one day it's going to crack a little too hard, you know?
No, it will.
I'm not excited for that day. I'm not ready for that day.
Am I on camera?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
you are. Yeah, that's the camera facing you. That's the one getting both of us, and that one's for me.
Dope.
So, yeah, we are rolling, though. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to the Gobcast, episode 104. I can't believe we're that far in. It is truly a blessing. Thank you all for supporting the show, all 104 episodes. It's very wonderful. And more wonderful than that is the guest that we have coming in today, who is someone that I've been very excited to speak to, someone who I did a lot of research on and watched a lot of other interviews about, and someone that, you know, I don't want to spoil too much about, but I'd say you are a self-described anarchist and also a political prisoner. And that's not self-described. You were a political prisoner. We have Eric King sitting across from me. Welcome on the show.
Hi, first time, long time.
You know,
glad to be here.
I got to say, one of the first things before we get any further into this interview is when I was doing my research on you, there was two things that stood out to me. First and foremost, I noticed that you, especially when you go on podcasts, are not afraid to say what's on your mind. And I love that.
Yeah.
It seems like that's kind of how you live your life. Like, you're just not afraid to do what you want to do.
You got to be a little vulnerable. You got to be able to say what you're going through.
Yeah. The other thing that I really liked is I generally respect anyone who stands up for what they believe in, regardless of what that is. I just think it's very respectable when someone puts their money where their mouth is. And I get the vibe that you've been doing that for a while.
It's kind of been my life.
Now, you know, for those watching this show who aren't familiar with your previous stuff, I actually first found you from the Business Insider segment you did.
That thing has put me on, dude.
How many people have you had reach out from that?
Like 30. We can just sift through them.
It's got millions of views by now.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's insane.
People with my background don't usually get that or this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been sweet.
Now, for those watching this who aren't familiar with you, who haven't seen that Insider clip, how would you introduce yourself to my audience?
By the way, something people say that's really funny is self-described anarchist.
Mm-hmm.
But if I said I was a Republican or a Democrat, you wouldn't say self-described liberal.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be like, there's Eric. So I would say my name is Eric. I am 39 years old. I did 10 years in federal prison for acts of solidarity with a uprising. I am an anarchist. I am anti-fascist.
Mm-hmm.
I do stand with these causes that I believe in.
Yep.
And I encourage others to do the same.
I like that.
That's who I am.
I like that intro. Now, what really stood out to me about your situation is towards the end of your sentence, you did the final few years of your sentence in what I'd say is the most notorious prison in the U.S. You served time alongside people like the Unabomber, El Chapo, or not alongside them, but in the same facility that those people were in, which was the what is it? The ADX Florence in Colorado. It's called.
Yeah, the USP Federal Supermax, which stands for ADX.
That is specifically what really piqued my interest about your story, because it's like, how does a guy who is engaging in protests end up in a supermax facility alongside these people who are like serial killers and like career drug dealers and stuff?
It's a long story for that one if you want to save that for later or whatever, but it is a convoluted story because it's not supposed to happen.
Yep.
I didn't go to the ADX for protesting. Like, I was sent to a low security prison.
Yeah.
But just over a couple of years, you work your way up. And it's weird that I was there. That's the whole reason, like, one of the reasons this story is all interesting, because there are normal routes you can go to get there. You kill somebody inside, you attack a warden, you do a terrorist attack that kills people, your ass is going to ADX.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mine was just a weird situation.
Now, how early in your life did your political activism start?
So this is something I like talking about. Like, my political awareness started when I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
And
how
people
so
don't,
early?
Yeah, people don't always like fuck with that. Because like we should be just enjoying stupid stuff, and I kind of was too.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember seeing the deep poverty around me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where other people like kind of get annoyed with me. But like, I saw my neighbors going through things that were heinous.
Okay.
Like, you see your neighbors, and back then there wasn't bank regulation. So banks and real estate people could jack up your interest rate, jack up your payments. And so my neighbors, who were hardworking people, would go to work 40, 50 hours a week, all of a sudden can't afford their rent. So all of a sudden they're on the streets. And when you see someone's property, whether it's rain, sun, snow, it doesn't matter. You see someone's property on a sidewalk and they have nowhere to go, like, that affects you, or it should. Like, that is heartbreaking. And I've had interactions with a lot of people who think they're one day going to be Elon Musk or Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Who are like, oh, they should have paid their bills. It's not the bank's fault. It's like, what the is wrong with you? Like, what happened in your life to where you lost all empathy?
Yeah.
Because for me, that gained empathy. That's when I started realizing that there is something more. And I didn't act on it as an 8-year-old. I still played with Power Rangers and shit like that. But I became very aware that there are different aspects to life, and some people have more, some people have less. And just because the people have more isn't necessarily a bad thing, but people with less should never get shit on, especially if they're working hard, especially if they're doing their best. So that's what got the ball rolling on that one.
Did you specifically like have this happen to your family, or was it like a close friend you watched this happen to, or just your neighbors in general?
So that specific stuff was my neighbors. My mom worked her ass off. She worked probably 50, 60 hours a week. And so when I hear people saying stuff like, oh, just work harder, it's like, shut up. So she was working as a woman in the late 80s, early 90s, probably making minimum wage.
Yep.
And there was times like we had to sleep under her desk at work. There was times we had the power go off. There was times we had the water go off. And it's not because she wasn't working hard enough. It's not because she was bad with money. It was because you got 2 kids and a house and water and electricity and all this stuff.
On minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so she fought so hard. And so that's where I saw that stuff firsthand, is when, you only got one thing of food and it's going to last you a week, or it's cold and you're lighting candles. And that's not a disrespect to poor people. It's a disrespect to the people that charge so much for electricity, for heat facilities, whatever they're called. I don't give a shit.
Would you mind pulling your mic a little closer to you real quick?
Yes, I would mind.
Uh-oh.
Is this thing on?
That's perfect. So you grew up, sounds like pretty poor, and in an area where you watched a lot of people lose everything they had. And from a young age, you had it in you that, like, life's not fair for everybody. When did you start acting on that?
And I do want to say, like, I did have it better than others too. Like, my grandpa would help us for Christmas. We got to live with him for a couple of years on his couch.
Yep.
Which I guess some people would consider really bad. But like, so I did have that family love. The first time I acted on it, I would have been 12 years old, or 11, but I got caught when I was 12.
Wow.
And I was pretty stupid.
Okay.
When you're a kid, you don't always have the faculties to to realize that something is dumb. Your frontal cortex isn't developed. So when I was a kid, I lived in a neighborhood and there was some houses that were slightly bigger than mine.
Okay.
Just slightly bigger. They weren't nothing, but in my mind, they were mansions.
Mm-hmm.
And I already had this half-cocked class war. Like, you're not better than me. My mom works hard. Like, who do you think you are? And so me and my friends, I guess it was just me and a couple of friends, but we would go and break into these rich houses.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it would be just to take stuff. Like, I don't have this, you have it, I'm taking it. And sometimes it was just to destroy stuff. Like, oh, you got a big TV.
Yeah.
Now you don't. Oh, you've got internet. Now you don't. Stuff like that. And I can't imagine how bad it must have made those families feel. Like, they come home, they're probably working class people too.
Yeah.
But so they come home and some little shithead has destroyed their stuff that they most likely cannot replace.
Yep.
But for me at that time, it was just all anger. It was anger at them and probably anger at the world that my mom can do so much, but still has to sleep at her office.
Did you ever, when you were younger, go into a house and smash some stuff up and later feel really bad about it? Or was it always something that you really believed was the right thing at the time?
I felt really, anytime we broke stuff, because we only broke stuff probably 2 or 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt horrible afterwards.
Yeah.
Because once that anger wears off, what's left is would my mom be proud of me right now? Would my grandpa be proud of me? Would Mother Mary be proud of me?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer to that is always no. It's always no. And so, yeah, that guilt would come on it until it didn't.
So you start out by just breaking into houses and causing some mischief, but that's not really the kind of stuff that lands you in jail when you're that age. I mean, you kind of run around, cause some problems, maybe get caught once or twice, but it sounds like you're nowhere near the phase where you're ending up in a supermax facility yet, right?
No, I was landing in Juvie.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that when I was listening to your past interviews.
Yeah, you wouldn't have either.
Oh.
They edited that shit out.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happened in the Juvie phase? How'd you go to Juvie the first time?
I got caught a few times breaking into cars and stuff.
Okay.
But when we did the last one, the breaking into houses, the kid that I did it with, he bragged about it.
Oh.
And couldn't stop bragging about it.
He was just telling all the homies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so his mom heard, and then I don't know if she told the cops or told the family,
Mm-hmm.
but it got back to where I got called, me and my mom, to go to a police station. And we didn't know what a Miranda right was. We didn't know that you can ask for a lawyer or that you don't have to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up giving me a lie detector test, which is not admissible in court. Yeah, I was 12, and they were doing that. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Okay.
And so you get a lie detector test, which, as I said, they cannot use that in court. It is trash.
Mm-hmm.
But they did that to intimidate me into telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh, you're going to be in big trouble if we catch you lying.
Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, I did it. Not all of it, but I did it. And so then you go in front of it's like a family judge or
Mm-hmm.
something. It wasn't a criminal judge at that point for kids.
Yep.
Or maybe it was, just not for me. But so while I waited to see that judge, I was held in juvie for a couple months. It was not fun. That teaches you a lot.
What did that feel like at such a young age going into juvie? Do you remember that first day?
Yeah, I remember everything about it. I remember sitting in the police station as the cop handed me a little toy to play with while he processed me. And they did the shackles and chains around your waist as you're a child.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in the backseat of the cop car, not really understanding what was going on. And they drove me 45 minutes from Kansas City to a little town called Liberty. I guess not a little town. People from Liberty would be pissed I said that. Suburb of Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
But so you just go into this small building and they just put you in a cell by yourself. And the first couple of days was seg time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was 24-hour lockdown.
Really?
Yeah.
At 12 years old?
Because they have to see what your attitude's like.
Wow.
So they give you a pencil, you have your little mattress, and then some piece of paper to draw on. And after that, you get to come out, and it's almost like a boot camp thing. So like every day at a certain amount of time, we'd have to go outside and they'd run us through like push-ups and circles around and lunges. And then you'd sit in this little room and like try to make friends, but it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
I don't think I made a single friend, and kids kept asking me if I was Bloods or Crips, and they didn't know what that meant. Like they probably had a brother or cousin, but it's just an identifier. So that was Juvie. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Like stay away, kids.
It doesn't sound very fun.
No.
But it sounds like to me that's something that would probably really escalate those thoughts in your mind about like class differences and
Every kid in there was poor. Every kid in there. Rich kids don't go to Juvie.
Yep.
Rich kids have lawyers that talk to the judge and be like, he deserves diversion. So it was all kids that didn't have that option. It also like reinforced like Catholic stuff. Like I probably need to lean into something to help people a different way, because this is not sustainable. And it scares you. It scares you to death that like they can take me. Most people have never been taken.
Yep.
Like they can come into your home, grab you, take you somewhere else, and then you can't do nothing about it. And that's, as a child, even as an adult, that's scary. So it reinforced a lot of things in me. Like, I don't want to be taken. I want to help people. How do I combine the both?
After you got out of juvie the first time, did you go back again?
No. That was it. One and done.
Seems like it scared you straight for a while.
I hate that expression too, but it's so real. And I used to love that show too.
It's a great show, honestly.
God, it makes me sick, but it is. But yeah, it did. It reinforced the idea that I am not on the right path. Yeah.
Yep. So once you got out, what did you do to kind of change your direction?
So the wanting to help didn't change.
Yep.
But I leaned into my religion at that point.
Yep.
And so there was like South American and Central American priests and archbishops. And they did like activism as a priest.
Okay.
Man, I forget what it's called. Like, God damn it. Something theology. But it was using their position to help people without destroying nothing. And what I didn't realize was that like they all ended up getting killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
They all get killed?
By right-wing militias that the government paid to overthrow those governments in Nicaragua, Honduras. So I didn't know that then. But I leaned into that to think, I can use this. I love people. I care about people. I want to help. So I'll do it through this righteous way. And for a while, that worked. I felt better about life. I felt better about my family. I was closer to everyone. Me and the person I consider my dad, he was my stepdad.
Yep.
Me and him grew closer together. Me and his family grew closer together. It was really nice there for a while. I ended up getting way too deep into that too and got all weird with it.
Okay.
But at that point in time, between like 13 and 15, it was just a really sweet, wholesome thing.
What do you mean by weird with it? Like, what's the weirdest it got?
Let me tell you. I was really deep into like the saints and stuff like that.
Okay.
Almost like teetering on like Mel Gibson's type of Catholicism.
Oh.
Based off this one saint's hallucinations about how the Bible should be interpreted, how we should handle ourselves. So I would get up at 4:30 and say my rosary. I would then go work out at the gym because I was boxing. I've been boxing my whole life.
Yep.
I would then go to school, come back from school, go to the gym again, and then go say my rosary again.
Okay.
At the church. I would walk there. That's weird as shit.
Yeah.
As a young man, as a young teenager. And then like I would do weird, like let's say I jerked off one day.
Okay.
I would hate myself.
That's a sin. Yeah.
It's a bad sin too. It shouldn't be. But I had my altar in my room. So weird. And it had like the Sacred Heart of Jesus painting and then all my saint medals and saint books. And so I had a paperclip.
Okay.
And if I sinned like that, I would turn off my lights, light a candle, and there's the Sacred Heart painting, and I'd heat up that paperclip. cut the shit on myself. Self-conflagellation, like the saints used to do it, the Jesuits with their hooks. I think they had that in the Tom Hanks movie, the Da Vinci Code.
Yep.
But so I would do it with my little paper clip, and then if I had sinned that day openly, I wouldn't get to sleep in my bed. So I had like a jar of like screws and stuff, and I'd pour it on the floor, and I had to sleep on that. Just mental stuff. I probably should have been seen by a doctor at that point.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
But it's just it's some sort of autism, I'm sure. It's one of the tisms.
Were these things that you were like taught by someone else, or things that you just made as punishments for yourself?
There's things that I was taught by the saints.
Okay.
Like all of them did this weird shit, like Saint Rita, Padre Pio, Saint Bridget, all the Lord's kids. So if it's good enough for them, then I'm not better than them. I want to get close to Jesus. I want to connect with Mother Mary. So I don't know why. Like I don't know why we're taught that self-harm equals Christ's love, or you're closer to Jesus.
It doesn't make sense.
He was on the cross. He suffered. So now you have to suffer.
Yeah. I thought he took the pain for you.
Yeah, and that should be the idea, like appreciate life because he took that hit. But no, some of us just grow up in weird spaces. I guess I made my space weird.
I'm really curious about the sleeping on screws part.
Yeah.
Like, what is a night of sleep on screws like? How long are you getting?
So I had a tile, like a piece of tile that I would use as a pillow.
Okay.
And the goal is you lay, and I would intentionally turn so that it hurt. And you do that until eventually you fall asleep. And so I'd probably get 3 or 4 hours at a time, tops. Like you'd wake up all the time like, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. And I'd get mad at myself because my priest always said people that say, gosh darn, go to heck. And he had worked with Mother Teresa. So like I trusted him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to be right.
Yeah, Father Pat. So yeah, I would just make myself miserable so that I could earn Jesus' love and Mother Mary's respect.
And obviously this lifestyle didn't last forever.
No.
When did this come to a stop?
So my dad ended up getting prostate cancer.
Oh.
And yeah, I was 16.
That's horrible.
Oh, I mean, it was just one day I'm at the gym doing my boxing stuff, and my mom comes in. She's like, we need to talk. Jim's got prostate cancer. And I didn't know what that meant. So I was like, okay, like, what does that mean? She's like, it's bad. So I finished working out, just confused. And then you go home and you find out what stage 4 prostate cancer means. It means your clock is ticking. He hadn't paid attention to the signs. So if anyone's listening, if you're going pee every 5 seconds, if your back starts hurting, you go to the hospital. But so he wasn't paying attention to that stuff. And so they found that out. So my mom and him would drive to different doctors, different specialists, just deteriorating. And I'm watching this happen. And I am doing everything possible to heal him. All the Saint medals. I'm putting medals underneath his bed. I got the sepulcher on. I've got my rosaries going. I'm doing all sorts of self-harm. Because I'll sacrifice my body to just keep this dude alive.
Yep.
And once he got to a certain point, like he ended up dying in our home. Like hospice, we kept him at home. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to die at a hospital. And so I was holding him. Like I was holding my dad's hand as brain cancer, bone cancer, all this stuff riddled his body.
It's horrible.
And when that happens, it shakes you. And it was like, okay, like I don't know what I did wrong because there's no way to conceptualize that as a child.
Yep.
And no one's telling you didn't do nothing wrong because you're not telling anybody you feel this way. Mental health wasn't a priority in the early 2000s. That's a new thing. So after that, I was already on shaky ground.
Yep.
It was already teetering. And then it came out that the church had hidden decades and decades of childhood. And not just hid it, but intentionally like created a pathway for it to continue.
Yep.
And then when they denied it and refused to make it right, it was like, holy shit, like you guys aren't even repenting. The least we could do is say like, we fucked up and turn over those priests. And then it turned out that our Bishop Flynn, had known about it and helped out in it. So I'm done. If this is the faith then I have no space for this.
I mean, that's got to be an unbelievable feeling of betrayal to see something that you dedicated pretty much your whole life to at that point turn out to be that, you know?
Oh my God. That's when I got into drugs. That's when I'm still not kind of over it. Like sometimes I still cry thinking about Jim. Whenever I go back to Kansas City, we go to his grave. And so it's my grandpa, other grandma, brother, and dad. And it's just like my whole family reunion. I just sit there and just weep because it was a betrayal.
Yeah.
I felt like at that time, I felt like Jim betrayed us. And then also like the church, like, God damn, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like kids? So it was a betrayal. It shook my whole identity.
You mentioned the drug use. What kind of drugs did you get into at that point?
Oh my God. What didn't I? Everything but weed, basically.
Why not weed?
I hate weed.
What?
Yeah. I did it when I was younger, and obviously it would feel different now.
Yeah.
Like your brain changes.
100%.
But it was so horrible back then. Like I would puke and I would shake.
I mean, the weed it fucking sucked until recently. So
I get the feeling now it would cause me hallucinations. But so I got really into opiates. I had a friend that was a doctor, and he prescribed me tramadol because I was so sad.
Oh no.
And tramadol is an opioid or whatever. And so then that led to, well, let's try oxys and let's try roxys and let's get into this morphine and let's get into this Dilaudid. And after a while, like that snowballs.
Yeah.
You don't just stop that train. But I got really into that, really into Adderall at a bad time. Like I do Adderall now and it saves my life. But back then it was fun. It's not fun anymore. But ecstasy, really bad, ecstasy and Molly. I had a friend that was like a Molly dealer that had a big Molly connect. So drugs, like it sucked for me. That's not a fun. There's no like end game for that. That's positive.
No, never. Never.
No one's ever like had a serious opiate addiction like lasted for 30 years. Like this has kept me going.
Yeah, and you know you're almost fortunate in a way that you got to stop when you did, because nowadays where it's all fent, dude,
would have been a nightmare. I would have died.
Yeah.
And there was fentanyl back then. We used to have ways to smoke it, eat it, but it was controlled. Like you knew how much.
Yep. It's just all fent now, and you don't know how much it is.
Right. I'm seeing 18,000 deaths a year or some shit like that.
Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's a
Not
crazy
thank God
time.
for that. Thank God I stopped.
Yeah.
That was weird too.
How quickly would you say your use when you first started progressed to straight up addiction?
With opiates?
Yeah.
Oh God, month.
Really?
Because like you're so depressed, right? You are wildly depressed, and all of a sudden you take this pill in the morning and you're getting straight A's again. All of a sudden you can focus. All of a sudden you have a little dopamine. And you don't know why. You think it's an antidepressant. It's healthy. It's good for you. You're supposed to have it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you forget to renew your script and you're angry and bitter for 2 weeks and you're shaking and you're crying. You don't know why. It's withdrawals. You don't know that then. So as soon as I got past probably the 1 month mark, that's it. That's it. But I was able to, do you know what chipping is? Chipping is where like you're able just to do a small amount, even though you can't be without it.
Okay. Yeah. I've never heard that term for it, but yeah, I'm familiar.
So like I have a 50 milligram pill. I'm gonna make that pill last 3 days.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was able to do that for a long time. And then you start chipping with a 5 milligram oxy. And then you're chipping with a 10 milligram oxy.
Yep.
And so I went from the day I started to when I started banging in my neck. It was probably like 2.5 years.
Wow.
That's a quick progression.
That's very quick.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I was younger and I used to use, my rule was like no needles ever. How quickly in your brain did you break that barrier down? Or did you ever have one around needles?
I did, because it was a class thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like as if eating it or snorting it is better than this way.
Yeah.
So it was like a class thing of like only poor people inject. And then my friends got 2 milligram Dilaudid. And you don't need a filter with those. You can just pull it right into the syringe. Or I crush it up, put it in there and shake it with water. And so my friend did it and he said, Eric, I promise you, this little baby pill will change your life for the better. Watch me, I'll do it first. So he did it and I was like, well, tie me up, dog. And it was the warmest feeling I've ever had. Like I've never felt that happy again. since then. Probably never will. Because it was just so warm. It was like, this is how good life can be. Maybe the first time doing Molly was the only thing close.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you do that, it's really hard to digress. So were you on opiates?
When I was younger, I was mainly a cokehead, and I took a lot of Xanax too. But I did a little bit of everything outside of like meth and heroin.
Xanax sucks.
I love those fuckers. That's why I say they suck. Because
it's
like
weird, like the dichotomy, how like your brain is just a little different. If I do Xanax, I just fall asleep and I hate life.
See, I loved that exact thing. I was like, yo, knock me out. I want to be retarded for a day. Like, completely fry me.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
Opiates were the one category I personally never got stuck in, thankfully.
Yeah, that's a wise choice. And I'd recommend people to only do them if you're in deep pain.
Yeah.
Like, only if you have to, because there's no end game.
And even if you have to, like, you need to be ready to potentially take the steps to avoid getting addicted, you know, because I have so many friends who just broke a leg when they were younger, got a script, and now they're on Suboxone for like years and years straight. And like,
I was on Suboxone for a long time too.
That shit sucks, bro. Like that shit's not really being sober. Like, you know,
I understand it. I get it. But can I tell you how I got off of opiates, by the way?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Well, I mean, it's not stupid. I mean, it's funny. In Kansas City at the time back then, they did clinical trials. We had places that like would pay you money to do medicine.
Okay.
And one of them, I forget what it's called now, but they were doing a study for the Suboxone shot. No one knew what it was back then.
Okay.
So I'd been on Suboxone strips for months, and I'd get 90 a month. You only need one a day most. So I'd sell the other 60 and use that to funnel my other habits. Hashtag meth. Don't do meth.
You were speedballing?
I was doing everything.
Oh, wow.
When your brain's dead, it's dead.
Yep.
But so I went to this clinical trial, and they give you a shot of, well, this is so stupid. The first 3 days, they jack you up on opiates. So they give you 18 milligram shots of Dilaudid.
Oh my God.
And if you get sick, you get kicked out of the program because you don't have a bad enough habit. So they give you these shots, and then they sit you at a computer. And if you press this button enough times, it increases how much dope you get. If you press this button enough times, it increases how much more money you get. And so you just sit there deciding which one you want more. And then after 3 days of that shit, they make you do a withdrawal day. And so that day is a bad day.
Sounds like it.
Sweating, puking, shaking. And they give you muscle relaxers. They give you sleeping pills, but none of that works when you're withdrawing. None of it.
Yep.
And so then the day after that, you get the shot, and it's a gel, and they put it in your hip. And so it's this bump, like it's a legit bump. And then from that day on, I never touched another opiate because it's like a slow, every day you felt happy as shit. Like almost like you're the best of Suboxone. And then over 3 months, it just slowly decreased. You don't even notice. And while you were on the shot, they would once again have you do the button. And if you still wanted opiates while on the shot, they kicked you out because it's supposed to make you not want them. And they have to make sure to get it sold, they have to have all the good results.
Yeah.
So anyone that it wasn't working on, you're not in the study. But you get $200 extra a day. So they ended up paying me something like $8,000.
Oh my God.
I did that study twice. Just so I could get the money. So like that funded my life for a long time.
That's probably the best like quitting story I've ever heard. A medical trial just got you clean.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And lots of money.
Do you know like how competitive the like application process was? Like, did a ton of people apply for that?
Let me tell you how. Do you do opiates? Are you addicted to opiates? Come on in.
Fuck yeah.
Get on in here. How bad your habit? You had to have a habit though. And one of the things, like, they would kick you out of the study if they caught you doing non-narcotics. So like, let's say you're at this, because you had to stay there for like a month.
Okay.
So let's say your 4th day, someone ships you in meth. Like they bring you a shampoo bottle, they have a ball of meth hidden in there. And so you do the meth and they blood test you. They blood tested you a bunch. And they find the meth in there, it's okay. Because they can see the meth. They know exactly how much you did. But if you did melatonin to sleep or aspirin, you're out. Because they can't monitor that. They can't decide how much you have in you.
God, I got some homies who would love this shit.
I don't even know if they do it anymore, but I recommend it.
If they were around for it, I got some homies who would love to go into that.
Changed my life.
So you finally get clean and you got a fat stack of money by your side all of a sudden. What did you do with that money?
Let's use the word clean loosely.
Okay.
Clean from opiates.
Okay.
Yeah, still.
The right direction.
Yeah, right
You're
direction.
in the right direction.
So I was still, like, at this point, I was still doing activist shit, but I had already started studying abroad a lot
Okay.
when I was younger. So I had done like several months in France, several months in Spain. I went to college in London and Scotland.
What were you studying?
Interpersonal relations, and then
Interesting.
goddamn, political science, something to do. I wanted to be able to work as a consult person,
Okay.
like for a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used that money to spend more time overseas. I went all these different countries. I went to Egypt. I went to Australia. I spent lots of time. Cyprus, Greece multiple times, Germany multiple times. And I would often go where there's these causes happening. So like, let's say in Greece, there's the austerity protest.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to Greece. I'm already in Europe. Like, it's a quick flight to boom. Stuff like that. So all that money financed activist travel and fun travel.
So your activism isn't just a specifically American thing. You're standing up to like causes across the world.
And I say this like anytime someone asks me about this shit, some people get annoyed by it. But we're all one people. Like, them suffering over here because the government is doing shitty things, their government, that's not isolated from me over here.
Yeah.
Like, they have blood too. Like, they're people. And so it takes a big level of privilege to say, my problems matter, yours don't.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Like, that intersectionality has to exist in my mind. So it would travel with me.
I like that. I respect that a lot, I got to say.
Thanks.
I mean, I think it's one thing. People who only focus on a certain country's system, I'd argue, are almost like hypnotized in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like you are doing exactly what they want you to do. I think standing up for what you believe in on a global scale or something that transcends just like a certain confine is much more respectable, you know?
Not everyone has that privilege, of course. Some people have to just support it from where they're at.
Of course, yeah.
But if you have the opportunity and something's happening over here and it's your beliefs to go, you should probably take that opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So you're doing all this activism internationally. You're studying abroad. Were you getting in trouble at all for any of the stuff you're doing?
Micro trouble.
Okay. Define micro trouble.
Yeah, like you can get picked up in other countries by the cops and not go to jail. They pick you up, they hold you, they kick you out because they're used to this shit.
Yep.
They're used to grabbing people and then just releasing them when the trouble's over.
Yeah.
So I got arrested in 2 or 3 other countries. It's hard to remember. I know Manchester and Greece. There might have been other ones, really. The brain's very elastic. It comes and goes.
Yeah.
But those two, and they just grab you. Sometimes they take your name. Sometimes they sit you in a holding cell and then have fun. Consulate never finds out about it. You never have to get your embassy involved. You just go about your time.
Wow. So you can kind of get away with a lot of petty stuff.
I don't know if you can now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening now, but in 2003 to 2008, you had some options.
When other countries liked America a little more.
A little. I mean, that George Bush time was a little rough. But,
yeah, I guess that was.
But they had their own problems. Like, Greece is facing to where the World Bank is making them have to pay back hundreds of billions of debt that they don't have. So they're taking that from the country's resources, from the public sector workers. They're decreasing wages, increasing the price of everything, increasing the retirement age from 60 to 75, stuff like that. So the people are pissed. They're pissed as hell. And so are the people that work for the government.
Yeah.
So that's where you have the leeway. Like, I don't want to say they understand, but they might understand.
Do people in other countries protest differently than we do here?
Yeah. Like we go significantly harder on the aggro scale when it's something huge. Like when George Floyd happened.
Yeah.
And you saw the people like torching the 13th precinct in Minnesota and all that shit.
That was massive.
Yeah. That feels European to me. When you see like if you see peaceful protesters marching down the street and like having to get a permit, that is an American style thing.
Yep.
You don't see firefighters in the streets hosing down cops. You don't see people storming at the politicians, except for goddamn January 6th, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's more respect for law.
Mhm.
Even the ICE protests right now, God bless them, the people in the streets. But the one time someone shows up there armed, they get shot.
Mhm.
It's like I'm gonna film you, I'm gonna be here, but like I'm gonna be a martyr. And I get that. I totally get that. But I wish there was also the other side of I'm going to stand here like the Panthers used to,
Mhm.
and I'm going to make you stop, or we are going to also engage you because these are bullies.
Yep.
Like we are dealing with real deal bullies. And so we kind of have a still like non-violent perspective, which is fine, but
Mhm.
it's not how all of Europe does it. Or at least didn't the ones I went to.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of news about like French protesters, and
Yeah.
those guys go hard.
Dude, look at France, Italy, Chile, Greece, Hungary, Germany, like
Mhm.
basically anywhere you look. It's and we have to be honest too, like most of those places, the police don't have guns.
Yep.
Like, and that's a big factor. And that's something I keep in mind also. Like, when you're facing down cops that are ready to kill you, it takes a lot different approach. So like bless the uprisers in other countries right now
Yep.
that are tearing apart their regimes because they feel they're unjust. Because those people are getting killed and they
Yeah.
are getting disappeared. So yeah, you just have to play. You have to play the game where you're at.
So, do you think that one of the big reasons that the protests here are maybe a little more passive is just because our police are so armed and capable?
Yeah, I think the consequences are so much higher. If you push an ICE agent right now,
Mhm.
there's a good chance you will get charged with a federal crime. The dude who threw the sandwich, they tried to indict him
Mhm.
for assaulting a federal officer.
Yep.
So the consequences are so much higher, death or federal prison time. And if you don't have a large group with you to carry out the action at the same time,
Mhm.
you're isolated. You're just sitting out there like a I don't know, you're just fucking isolated. I don't know. But like a something. And if you're isolated, like no one wants to get harmed. No one wants to be abandoned. No one wants to face that on their own without their comrades or friends or community.
Did you see the video? It was like one of the most recent ICE shootings. You probably did. I'm trying to remember his name. It was, I think, Alex.
Petit?
I believe that was
Fred-
his name. Yes, that sounds right to me. Did you see the video of that
Of
incident?
course. Made me sick.
That was unbelievable because when I watched that video, that was, I'd argue, the most clear as day like murder,
No, it was
like captured on camera yet in terms of ICE.
and I tried to I've got right-wing people that I love, mostly in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried showing them that video. Like this ICE agent pushes a woman down for standing.
Mhm.
She's literally just standing there. It's like a little tiny woman. He pushes her down. Someone who is legally allowed to be there. He's a legal observer. That is a actual position.
Yep.
Steps in front to say like, let's chill.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his phone. Let's chill. His gun's in his back pocket. Also legal.
Yeah, the gun
Not
he's
back
allowed to
pocket,
have
but-
on him.
And the cops, what do? They grab him, pepper spray him half to death, which if you've never had that happen, you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Take him down and then dump on him. And even as he's laying there as a dead body, pop, 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 like 10 shots.
Yeah.
And then politicians go on the news and call that dude a domestic terrorist.
Yep.
And when I saw that, that's when like my heart just broke so much because he's got a family. And that family, instead of seeing the government say like, this isn't what we intended, we are so sorry. They say this fucking terrorist deserved it.
Yeah.
This is what he gets. He shouldn't have had a gun. Meanwhile, these J6 cats are rushing to the Capitol with ARs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just seeing that stuff. Like the black and brown communities have had to deal with that for a long time. Seeing it on the news for us, like it really shook a lot of people, and it shook me.
Yeah, and when I watched that video, the cops disarmed him first before they shot a single round.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't armed when they shot him, which is the craziest part. And I see a lot of people on social media who are still defending that clip, and it's like, dude, even if it doesn't matter who you voted for or what your beliefs are, like that's murder. Like you can't shoot a guy who's unarmed and kill him.
If you look at that video and you say that the guy getting shot is wrong, like I'm going to be honest, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you at this point have no critical thinking skills. You have no ability to say, I can look at something and make up my own mind about it.
Yep.
You have shown yourself to see, I can look at something. What does this person tell me to think? I'm going to think that.
Yep.
And if that's the sort of person you are, then you're cannon fodder. You're going to go suck them off, go get killed by them, go get killed for them, do your brutal shit. But you're a scumbag and I have no time for you.
Yep.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that was a real like just jarring video to see. I couldn't believe that shit.
I get a lot of hate comments for that, by the way. On every video I have, as soon as I speak out against that sort of stuff, people will do the, he's a terrorist. He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. And I think like, you fucking scumbags. What if your mom got pushed down? What if some guy in a mask shoved down your mother? What would you do? Would you just stand peacefully in front of him? Would you deserve to get murdered for it? If the answer is no, then neither did he. So shut up.
So I'm curious of your view. Let's say like there's someone you're speaking to that is firmly on the other side of this POV. They really think that guy deserved to get shot. They disagree with you. They're a conservative person, voted for Trump. Sounds like the polar opposite of you, right? Are you the kind of person who you would look at them and be like, agree to disagree? Or do you think they are objectively wrong?
It depends on the person and where they're at. Like I would like to, it is worth talking to people to see where they stand. Unless they take a hard line of, he's a terrorist. If you're taking a hard line like that, then there's no discussion. Like it's over. But if you're willing to have a conversation, like, why do you think that? Where is that coming from? What happened in your life to make you believe that? Then I can at least have a conversation. I can disagree with you, and I can think what you believe is horrible, but I don't have to like wish you death.
Yeah.
But if you're someone who says we're all patriots, but it's okay for us to kill you, then like you've shown that this is where you stand. There's no conversation to be had. So why would I waste time? Like there are people that need help and need our spoons. We all have like a limited amount of spoons. Why am I going to use one of those to waste my breath hearing someone say something hateful?
Yeah.
Life's short. Like every second is so precious, and I don't want to waste mine on someone defending something I think is egregious.
Have you ever had like a good conversation with someone with opposing views that like really made you second guess one of your beliefs before?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no. If your beliefs are that certain people deserve less than others based on how they were born, what they look like, what they believe, and what they believe is trying to help people, then we don't have common ground. Like I might not want you dead, but we have nothing. If you think trans people are brutalizing and raping kids all day, we don't have much to talk about. If you think that illegals are raping and killing our kids, like, how would I possibly engage with you in that? And like, do you want to look at the facts? Do you want to look at the arrest records? Do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at that? It doesn't exist. And if you could show me something showing me the opposite, I could look at that and use critical thinking skills like, well, goddamn, they are doing that. Fair enough. But it's always putting a group of people in a bucket to distract us from people actually causing harm. And if you think that this small group with no political power is more dangerous than these 30 billionaires who are controlling the world, then like, what do we do? Like, how do you have that conversation? Jesse Waters, like, you don't. Fuck Jesse Waters, by the way. What a scumbag.
What did Jesse Waters do that?
Well, one, he's just could not be more of for Trump. That's all he does. But like when he was they're laying the groundwork for Epstein not to be a bad guy.
Okay.
They're laying that groundwork right now. And for Jesse Waters to come on the air and say, he's just a fixer. He'll get you things. He'll get you girls. He'll get you this. Those girls are children. They're not women. So they're laying the groundwork for pedophilia to be okay. And I'm watching it happen. So what did Jesse Waters do wrong? Everything. Everything. He's a scumbag. Jesse, if you're watching this right now, let me come on. I'll spit in your fucking face.
I don't think he's going to take you up on that.
No, he's a coward. Dude's a coward. He's a trust fund baby who sits with a silver spoon. I'm pretty sure he cheated on his wife when she was dying. He's either him or Pete Hegseth, like all these hypocrites about family values and morality and this and that while they're raping kids left and right and supporting pedophiles.
How do you feel about the release of the Epstein files?
Release them. This is something that boggles my mind. For the last 6 or 7 years, we've heard a certain group of people say there is an elite group that is raping children,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to get to the bottom of it. And I'm pretty confident that it was Epstein who ran QAnon, because it was always, look over here. It's these people doing it. And then we finally get these files after these brave women spoke up. Like, the amount of abuse and hate they faced. They speak up, and the government says, no, the files don't exist. We have the files and we're going to release them. We're not going to release them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even exist anymore. They're only Democrats. They don't even exist. And so they keep talking in circles, and like, it's just, that alone is sickening. And then they start coming out slowly, and they've redacted tens and thousands of files.
Yep.
Tens of thousands. What makes you look more guilty than covering your name in a file? Nothing. Trump's name that we have seen is in there 38,000 times. If this just makes my head spin, if right now you got arrested for drugs,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a document, let's not even say you got arrested. Let's say I have my computer and the FBI goes into it,
Mm-hmm.
and they know I am accused of selling drugs, and they see your name at my computer 38,000 times, they're arresting you.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
You are an accomplice no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been a single person arrested, and we know it happened. There are photos, there are videos, and the FBI is openly not releasing them. And not only not releasing them, prevented them from being released. They're saying, no, we can't, because the system will collapse. Then let it collapse. Like, if our system is propped up by billionaire pedophiles, what more do you need to see? So nothing shows me more of someone's guilt than the fact that they refuse to show you their innocence.
Yep. Do you think we'll ever see?
By the way, that goes for Democrats too. If Bill Clinton's in there, book him. If Bill Gates is in there, book him.
Bill Clinton is in there
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Get him out. Like, no one's off the hook. Noam Chomsky's in there, that piece of shit. Tried to pretend like he was an anarchist. Turns out he's best friends with Steve Bannon
Mm-hmm.
and Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
Book him. Like, we don't have time for this. We should not be playing around with these people. But we are, because they control the media and they control everything else.
It's crazy how it seems like it's a completely bipartisan thing, and like each of the parties just keep pointing fingers at each other, and like they're all unified. They're all in it. They're all in the files.
Every single powerful person is in that file, and that's stunning to me. And it reminds me of the Spider-Man meme where everyone's pointing, the four Spider-Mans or whatever, pointing at each other. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're all pedophiles.
Yep.
And we can't just make that word nothing. We can't make it meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
When you call someone a pedophile, you have to remember that a child who has no control, no power, was either groomed by you into thinking their abuse is okay, forcefully raped by you, or led to get raped by someone else by you. There's no picture a 14-year-old child getting raped violently. The screams, the cries, the blood.
I'm not going to picture that, but I get where you're coming
of course.
from.
Picture imagine the trauma that they will have.
Yes.
And that person is who we're buying our groceries from? What? So it boggles my mind.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see an actual unredacted release of the files or any sort of true justice?
No. The cycle will always keep going of the people in power. Like, there'll always be this billionaire class that shields themselves from justice, whatever justice means in this case. There'll always be politicians that, for some reason, do the exact same thing as the ones before them. So, no. And this is where we need, if groups like Anonymous still existed, I don't know where all the hackers went. Like, it seems like
they're all in prison or working for the feds now.
Right. The feds looped him up. Like, we
Yeah.
need more Jeremy Hammonds at a time like this. If you don't know who he is, look him up. But like, that's the only way we would get these. And even if we got them, the far right and far left would probably, or anyone, whoever is defending that cause would say, AI, you made it up. And so we're at a world now where truth is dead.
It feels to me, at least, like we're almost approaching like the end of this society. You know, like how much longer can a society ran by these elite pedophiles really exist?
I mean, it's been existing. This pedophile ring didn't just start happening. This shit's been going on, I imagine, since the dawn of time. And this is the same society where that pedophile ring used to be against slaves. And it used to be against natives. And now it's poor people and vulnerable kids. And so what's going to be the next group? Who knows? But we'd be silly to think that there's not still these rings happening.
Mm-hmm.
Epstein wasn't an isolated case. What do you think these Saudi kings are up to? What do you think's happening on these Dubai yachts? This human trafficking hasn't stopped.
I know a girl who gets peed on for money in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, God bless her. If it's a
Dude, we're in LA, dude. It's very
right.
common. How do you think the rent's paid here?
if it's a consensual hustle, fair enough.
Oh, it is. Yeah, she's down.
But there's also the ones where it's not a consensual hustle. And I imagine that happens a lot more than we think it does.
Yeah.
So how long do I think this will go on? Until the people say no. And if we're not saying no right now, when will we?
Damn, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I don't even remember where we left off in your life story
Opiates?
before we... What was that?
Opiates?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about how you got clean from the clinical trial. So let's go back to that a little bit. Get back on the track we were on.
Back on track.
So you had gotten through this clinical trial, and you're clean from opiates at least. How does your life progress from there? Do you start getting like attempts at getting clean from all the rest of the drugs, or are you just content with the opiates? Or
It's at that point, you're, at least me, you're still chasing the dopamine that you no longer have. And I still have my beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still doing what I consider active causes. I'm still like, it's all performative.
Yep.
So I try to exist outside of capitalism. Capitalism is an exploitive, it's an exploitive way to exist. And so I would live in squats. I would go and get my showers from gyms. I'm not going to pay the water company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use electricity. I'm not paying you for this stuff. We can start fires. We can do whatever we want. Or I would sleep on couches. I just didn't want to participate in that system. And that felt good to me. It felt good. But at the same time, I have no problem railing this meth.
Yep.
I have no problem watching my friends do opiates. I'm still very, very happy to do Molly, to exploit other addicts. So I'm not better. I'm not better than anyone. It's all performative. And then from there, once I start getting moderately clean, that's when the activism gets more and more aggressive.
Okay.
Man, meth sucks. Meth really sucks. It is a dirty, dirty drug. Ugh.
Yeah, it's grimy, dude. Fucks your whole life up.
You've never shot meth, right?
No, meth I stayed away from, thank God.
If you miss, it is the most fiery, burning sensation you've ever had. That's how you know if you've missed or not. With opiates, you don't really know. It's hit or miss.
Uh-huh.
Pun intended. But with meth, you pull back that syringe, and as soon as you start pushing, okay, it's in. It's in, thank God. But if you miss for even half a second, it can shut you down.
Do you remember the first time you missed?
Yeah. I was in my friend's kitchen. He had gone to work.
How scary was that feeling?
It was devastating. And it pissed me off because it was the last I had.
Oh, no.
And I didn't have money, so I was like, God damn it. Ah.
Fuck.
So it was pretty devastating. Ruined my day. Ruined my day.
Do you ever get like an infection in your arm from missing, or like?
I never did. Like you can't. I imagine if you're using dirty needles, if your drugs are super dirty, if you don't clean yourself, which I guess a lot of addicts have a hard time with. But I could always find a gas station bathroom and a wash rag to at least clean my body. So no infections for me ever.
Now, what's really interesting to me about where we're at in your story right now is you mentioned your activism really ramping up. And up until this point, it doesn't sound like you're the kind of guy who would ever be violent or like damage something during your activism for the most part. But what you ended up going to prison for was throwing a Molotov or two, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
When did that kind of behavior start? Was it during this time?
Yeah. And so like, I think we should be clear about the term violent.
Okay.
Buildings don't have feelings. You're not hurting anyone by breaking a window in a corporation.
Yep.
That's not violent to me. The state seems to think that their violence is okay, but us breaking a window is horrendous. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So when did my activism? I just call it turning up a bit.
Okay.
It got a little more aggressive.
So when you turned up.
Yeah. So there was things like, we had like helpful stuff too. There was community gardens, which were beautiful.
Okay.
We had free daycares for working moms.
Awesome.
So that was really beautiful. Free fitness training for people trying to get in shape. We used our skills to help people. So there was that beautiful stuff too. But also there are groups in our community exploiting people. And I might not have handled it the best way, but the ideas were pure. Like, I need to stop this force. Inner city Kansas City is brutalized by the KCPD. There's no denying that. If you deny it, then you are privileged. So we would do stuff like, I always say we, it's like me and a friend or just me by myself. Like, let all the air out of some cop tires. Now you're not hurting nobody. Obviously the pouring stuff in the tanks, the gas tanks, it's happening. We would throw bricks through government buildings that were repressive. If a group of people is on strike somewhere, a group of workers, and the business is saying, like, you're scum, we won't give you the time off if you're deathly ill, you're gonna break through your window. Does it hurt the company? No, but does it express solidarity? Yeah. And at that time, that felt safe. So then it gets to, like, this starts becoming a trend of, I started doing the lockings, which is where, and kids, take your notes. You take toothpicks and you stick them in whatever building you hate.
Okay.
And you break the toothpick off inside it. And you do some super glue. Now they can't do their lock.
That's smart.
You can't open the building no more. You're dead. And so, like, let's say there's a bank that's supporting the Iraq war, which there was.
How would they support the war? Like, what were they doing?
They'd finance the corporations that are building the bombs, building the tanks, supporting the Pentagon, stuff like that. If you are supporting the war machine, then you are agreeing that these people at this point who we knew didn't have weapons of mass destruction deserve to die. And I wasn't okay with that. So these are the companies, payday loan companies. You're going to come in here and tell these poor communities, my community, that we will help you pay your bill today, but you're going to owe us 50% interest. Well, I just don't want to lose my house. So I will agree to your vicious terms because a normal bank will not work with me and my landlord will not work with me. So now I'm dead. Now I owe you. Now it's going to the bill collectors. Now I'm fucked. So payday loan companies, you're getting locked. These were, like, I don't want to say they were good times, but there were times where it felt like we got a handle on things. Like, we were at least telling these people, like, we are done. We are done with the bullshit you're doing. And then Ferguson happened. And when that happened, it's like, where do we go from here?
And Ferguson was the killing of Michael Brown, yeah?
Yeah.
And that was 2014, if I remember correctly. When Ferguson went down, what was the initial thought in your mind? Just rage? Or, like, how did you feel about that situation?
And so some people, I call it the Ferguson uprising. Some people will call it riots. People will say, like, oh, he was a thug. He was a gang member. He was reaching for the cop's gun. Those people have never been stopped by cops in an inner city before. They have never had a cop harass them, threaten them, talk shit to them, and then walked over to the cop's car and the cops pulling their gun. They've never had that happen. So I don't care what you think. Let's say he did reach for the gun. I don't care.
Yep.
That is an 18-year-old boy. That's a child. These cops, want to know what he could have done? Press the gas and drive off. Know what he could have done? Rolled up the window. Know what he could have done? Reach for his pepper spray. What he could have done? De-escalated before it happened. There are trainings and tools. I think his name's Darren Brown, that fucking cop. I still think about him. Never got punished. So when Ferguson happened, my first reaction was sorrow. Because I'm in the inner city. Like, I see what's happening to these families. And my heart just broke because that's a little kid. And I watched the media the same way they did with the ICE people that got murdered. They did with Michael Brown. Thug, gang member, bully, monster. I think they called him a raging monster at some point. So it dehumanizes, right? Now he's not a human that died. Now he's a creature.
Yep.
He had ultimate strength. Get fucked. Like, stop that. And so it broke my heart. And then when it popped off in the community, I caught a ride with some people and we rode to Ferguson. It's like a 3-hour drive or 3.5.
Yep.
And I went into Ferguson under the guise of, how can I help this community without being a white savior?
Yep.
Because there's a thing in our communities where we'll show up and, like, tell this poor community, like, how to protest. Oh, you're doing it wrong. And the religious people would do that too. Like, black religious leaders would come in and be like, we got to It's got to be peaceful. It's got to be under my way. And that's like liberals taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Liberals always do that shit. And so I did things like carry water. I did things like stand on front line. I did things like scream and chant, whatever they needed.
Mm-hmm.
But I also saw what it was like when the government was angry. The National Guard was there. This didn't start with George Floyd. And they fired those bombs, the rubber ones.
Yep.
Like I blacked out my arm because you can still see some scars on it. Because those little bullets, the little BBs, they stick to you in the hot summer. And when you peel them off, it would scab.
Oh.
So I had scars.
Sounds horrible.
So I was like, I'm covering this shit up, dude. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to see these nightmares anymore.
Yep.
And you smell the tear gas. You see the militias, the same militias that are hunting people, the same Proud Boy type people were there in Ferguson with their machine guns backing up the National Guard.
Yep.
And when they talked about outside agitators, like, oh, these are all outside agitators. Where do you think the militia came from? Like, this is a 80% black community. All of a sudden, there's mountains of militiamen in here? No, and you're not here to protect the community. You're here to take a stand against people of color. So when I went back to Kansas City, I felt like, what are we doing? Like, there is nothing happening in this city. George Floyd changed how that's viewed, like how we can rise up. But at that point, it's like, well, that's Ferguson's problem. It's not our problem. And that hurt me so bad because like I thought of my mom. What if my mom got a phone call that I got killed? Even if I caused it, even if I started it, she would be crushed.
Yep.
And what if she saw that no one cared? She'd be crushed. So my empathy, which we've seen at times goes through like manic, like unhealthy ways. So I started feeling like I am laying in this futon, like on couches. I wasn't even in nice areas, like abandoned places without air conditioning.
Yep.
But I am on here with all my privilege. I'm not smelling tear gas. I'm not hearing bombs going off. I'm not getting shot at in the street. So why am I better than this group of people? What makes me better than them? Nothing. So I went on a little micro rampage against the city.
Okay.
And it's just the same bullshit. More and more break-in, more and more minor violence.
Okay.
Just performing stuff that was really me acting out my rage. It wasn't helping the people at Ferguson at all. But it was me saying, I stand with you. Like at one point in time, I vandalized a World War I monument the day before they were having an opening there, just because I knew there'd be cameras. So like you're gonna have to see the "We Are Against You" stuff. Hashtag Liberty Memorial, Kansas City. But so after a while, it's just like this isn't accomplishing nothing. It's not letting people know what's happening in Ferguson. It's not letting Kansas City know that there are people fighting. So that's when I decided, like, we gotta amp it up.
Yeah.
And that's when the Molotovs happen. Like, that's when that shit happens.
How many Molotovs did you end up like making this day?
So I didn't make any.
Okay.
And once again, I'm so revolutionary. We watched this building for about a week and got the work schedule down. So like I know when there's gonna be workers or not.
Oh, you were prepping for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the last thing I'd ever want to do is hurt someone working. Obviously it would hurt their job. You don't really think about that at that point. What you think about is I got to make sure this person goes home to his family.
Yep.
So you watch it, you know their schedule, and then dude got off at I think 10:30. I showed up at 2:30. And my friends had made the Molotovs. I put them on my backpack. I got my guns. I got my Molotovs. I got my little stupid mask. I didn't even have gloves on. Because it doesn't matter if you get caught. Like, you're fighting for the people. And so I just walked down the streets of Kansas City from 31st and Holmes. It's like a 12-minute walk. Just right to his office. Look around. Derp to derp. First Molotov. And these are not normal. They're not good Molotovs. They have the wrong stuff in them. They have the wrong bottles, and they have the wrong wick. Everything is wrong.
Is there a certain type of bottle you need to use?
You should use a beer bottle because it's more aerodynamic.
Okay.
You should use a wick that is tied on the inside. That is a cloth of some kind. Sometimes you can dip it in oil, whatever, so it gets going. You should use gasoline. My friends used gasoline, styrofoam, and paint thinner. because they wanted it to explode and stick.
Oh.
Because that's when everything was going around that gasoline and styrofoam was napalm. That was like the big, I don't even know if that's true. But so that's what they were made out of. And they did big bottles because they wanted a bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
What they didn't count on is that paint thinner relies on, actually, I don't know what it relies on, but it burns out fast. The alcohol in it, you got like a 2-second half-life on that.
Yeah.
So, and instead of a cloth wick, they used a paper towel. And if you want to think about the dumbest idea you've ever heard in your life, it is that. That's a bomb that will blow you up. So the office has like one little small window on the side. It's like the size of the G and the O together. It's a small window.
Okay. It's a very small window.
Yeah, and it's like 10 feet up in the air.
Okay.
So I'm looking around and in a big hurry, throw the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And that hammer goes right through the window. So
Okay.
I'm feeling like a badass. I got this.
And whose office is this again?
It's Manuel Cleaver's, congressman in Kansas City.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And for those that are going to call me like some pussy ass liberal, like he is a Democratic congressman.
Yeah.
Like check that shit at the door.
Mm-hmm.
But so then I light the first Molotov and I've got like 2 seconds because that, so I launch it and it hits the side of the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God. So like it burns for like a couple seconds and then just drizzles. Like it just drizzles on and I automatically feel like a failure. And it's like windy as shit. So I'm trying to light the other one. Real like, God damn it. So finally I like shield it in my body and light it. Once again, fast as fuck. And it hits the window frame. And so I am crushed. Like what a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And my ride picks me up. They're like, did you get it? No, I didn't. And my friends are like, they all have my social media info. I don't have a smartphone. I don't have a phone or internet.
Mm-hmm.
I have a flip phone, I guess, but they're all posting stuff on my social media. They're texting me, oh, you got it. Because I'd thrown a Molotov at a cop car before like 8 years earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And so they knew I had it in me. And so dude, I think for real that like, I've had this talked to by a doctor that I am either having abundance in beta or too little of something else. Because there should be something in your brain that tells you this is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
There should be something that says this is scary. Or you should have adrenaline going. You should be nervous. I don't get that way. And I should, if I had, I probably would have rethought a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But so my friend's like, did you get it? No. And the next 5 days, I just keep on the routine, going to work at my taco place,
Yeah.
vandalizing stuff, shooting up. I'm not going to go into the shooting up places, but like I was using weapons. I don't know.
Just your normal day to day.
Yeah. I don't know what the statute of limitations is for shooting a building. And I don't.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Statute of limitations for shooting a building.
A government building.
That might extend it. A government building in Kansas City.
Or it'd be a federal crime, so it wouldn't matter the city. But either way.
Oh yeah, it says 3 to 5 years, depending on whether it's state or federal.
Oh, dope. So like we were shooting up the Federal Reserve. We're shooting up banks.
All right.
Just dumbass stuff. Like I don't know where liberals stand on guns. I am not opposed to them.
Guns are cool.
If your enemy has them, if you're gonna try to take the moral high ground, you're gonna get gunned down.
Yeah.
And so that felt cool. It felt righteous. But then what didn't feel cool or righteous is when one day you're trying to walk to work and the feds roll up.
Yeah.
Then it's not righteous anymore.
Yeah. When you're shooting up the banks and shooting up the Federal Reserve, is this just like a drive-by or like?
I never drive by, dog.
Oh shit. Okay.
I didn't have a car.
Okay. So are you doing a run by then?
Just walk. You just walk right up to it.
Just middle of the night?
Yeah. Kansas City is a city. Like no one's gonna be like, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck's going on?
Yeah.
So you just walk up to this spot. And it wasn't on some macho shit. Like I am not tough. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not some badass.
Mm-hmm.
It was just on like I'm angry and I don't care. And when you lose that care, when you stop giving a shit, that's when you can act like pretty drastically. And those were drastic, stupid actions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know I don't know if I want to call them stupid. They weren't productive. They were acts of anger.
Yeah, another thing I was going to ask. Like, what did you really get out of doing that?
Just
Satisfaction.
Just felt good.
Yeah.
That I believe in something and I'm doing it. Because that's, as you said earlier, that's kind of a pillar of my life, bro.
Yeah.
Just my brain doesn't tell me this is bad. It says I want to do it. It's not going to hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna. How do I say not hurt somebody? It is going to be against an object or an entity, not a person.
Yeah.
What's the harm in doing it? The harm would only be to myself, and if I don't care, then fuck it.
Yep.
I don't recommend it.
So describe that day where the feds roll up on you. Was it like a black car, or like how'd that play out?
So people think that white van shit is a lie. It's not. Like, that's not just a movie stuff where the feds are watching you from the white van.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching you from the white van. And they had that white van sitting outside my apartment, or the apartment I was staying at, for like 3 days. Because they found out pretty quick. Like, they had an idea of who done it. It's probably the guy that's super gluing fucking ATMs all day. So on the 5th day I was out, I just walked out. My friend was going to drive me to work, and we just walked to the car, and that big ass cop like van type thing rolls up, and those dudes walk out with their guns. And they say, put your fucking hand on your head, get on the ground. And I have a backpack on me, and it's got more Molotovs in it.
Oh no.
Or the stuff to make. I know it's like bottles filled with the liquid. I don't know if they're glass bottles anymore, but it was them. And then the trunk of that car has more weapons in it. And thankfully, they don't search that car, because I would have been hit and my friend would have been hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe that friend told on me. I don't think they did, because they ended up getting their house kicked in a couple days later, and they fucking lost everything.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't think they did, and I feel bad for them. Hashtag Calvin, respect. But so they just put you in the cuffs. They put you in the back of a car. They drive you to Jackson County Jail, 12th and Locust, right downtown Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Never forget, we used to protest the Klan there. And if you're asking, do I mean the cops or the KKK? There is no difference. Could have been one or the other. So they take you there, and then for the next 3 days, you're just in like a big room. Not big. Probably 15 by 10 feet. And there's like 30, 40 people in there. You have to sleep sitting against the wall if you can sleep. They give you bologna sandwiches twice a day. The toilet is in the corner. You have to shit in front of everybody. If you have to shit, there's no curtain.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Oh, it is a nightmare. That jail is a fucking mess. And then after 3 days, I got called into a room, and it was some FBI agent.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the file, and they drop in, like, all of a sudden your pictures come out. They're like, oh, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do their little games. And they're like, we just like to talk to you about this. And they asked if I was a member of Occupy. I occupy Wall Street, that sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, did you do these attacks for Occupy? I just started laughing. I was like, Occupy's been dead for like 5 years. What are you doing? I was a part of Occupy. Because it's protesting the banks. Like, of course I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And it was probably only dead for like 2 years. The brain's elastic. So I say, I'm not talking to you. And that day they drive me to the federal jail, the federal holding facility.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I start my confinement, my like pre-trial confinement.
What are some of the big differences between like a state and federal facility?
No idea. I've never been to a state facility.
Oh, yeah. You just went from holding straight to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want to lie and make up. Like,
yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. So you get into federal. That's got to be pretty intimidating.
It was.
I mean, that's the big leagues now.
Yeah. And these sort of jails, mine was a private facility, CCA, Core Civic of America. It's a for-profit jail.
Okay.
They make money having people in the beds from the marshals.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled up there. I'd never been in prison or in like real jail. I'd been in punk ass. I'd done weeks in like county jails before,
mm-hmm.
knowing I wasn't going to do prison time. So this was a very different situation. I was scared. I'm not tough. And even though I'm okay with, I don't feel bad doing vandalism against a building, I don't inherently like violence against other people.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make me feel good. And so that's when I got introduced like to prison politics, about who you can sit with, who you can eat with, who you can work out with. And thankfully in that jail it wasn't as tough, but they taught me it. Like, you're gonna need to know this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time I went to segregation. That's a brutal story. You want to hear that story?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, tell me, bud. So I was in a 8-man cell where it's 8 of us all in one cell, one bathroom, yada, yada.
Okay.
And a lieutenant came in to take my cellie's box of commissary because they said that there's no way they could have afforded it because they don't have any money on their account.
Mm-hmm.
They ran a poker table. So the cop wasn't wrong, but it was class solidarity. I didn't understand consequences. So I went up and it's either pie facing or like, it was a hard pie face.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got pepper sprayed half to death. They used to have the big fire extinguisher sized ones in that jail. And they dumped it in me, slammed me on the ground, pulled my hair up, unloaded it in my face. Violent pepper spraying. Took me to a shower. It only had hot water. Activates pepper spray. So I'm not showering much. They then put me in a cell and turn off the water. So for the next 10 days, they bring me a cup of water every hour, but then I have to drink out of the toilet. I have to bathe out of the toilet. And I'm covered in pepper spray. Groin, ass, eyes, face. So I'm using that toilet water to clean.
Uh-huh.
And this just leads to so many problems with staff. And so this is where I learned to start fires in my cell. This is where when I learned to take the SORT team, the riot squad. This is where I learned to rebel. I ended up doing 9 months in the SHU there. My first time in, I did 9 months. That was hard.
Wow. What is that like mentally, doing that long in the SHU?
It's tough because you're not prepared for it. Like, people, and I hate this fucking stupid stuff. People will say things like, "Oh, I would rather be in the SHU. I'm an introvert."
Mm-hmm.
And it's different when you're powerless. It's different when you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when your bed is attached to your toilet and you have to shit next to where you eat. It's different when you only have 3 flushes every 10 minutes on your toilet. So if you're taking a dump, you have to pause your flushes. It's different when you have to rely on people for food and you get showers twice a week. So it messes with your head. It really gets to you. It hardened me a bit towards the system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that hardened me. That's also where I met my wife.
Interesting pivot there.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
How'd you meet your wife?
So it was my second month in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
So my first 10 days, I was still burning. I was covered in fire.
Yeah.
And I get this lovely letter from my wife. And then just a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Hey, da da da. I hear you're going through hard times. I'm so sorry. Here's stuff about me. How are you? What do you need?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was just such a lovely letter. So I write her back. She writes me back, and just starts going where I get a 15-minute phone call every day. So I started using it to call her.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been together 11 years now. Like, we never stopped being together.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the best.
How did she find your info?
The Denver Anarchist Black Cross. It's an organization that does political prisoner like support stuff.
Oh, so they like
Someone put me
post for
on.
people to like support you and that kind
Yeah,
of
they're
stuff.
like, "Hey, this kid's in jail. He's having a hard time. Like, can we get people to write him?"
Mm-hmm.
And so she was a part of it and wrote me, and it changed my life. And it changed your life too. It's like these small dominoes to where even if it's a microcosm,
Yep.
if she hadn't wrote me, I don't meet you.
Yep. Yeah, we
So-
wouldn't be filming this maybe.
Right. So it's just this this small, neat, like the micro dominoes of how like
Mhm.
our existences can change by one person's actions. I love my wife. She's the best.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell you love her. So I'd imagine she's really helping you kind of keep sane in there at this point.
At that point, yeah. Cause we were still facing trial.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would drive 10 hours from Denver to see me in Leavenworth, Kansas for an hour visit over a computer. Yeah.
You couldn't even see each other like through the glass or anything?
No,
Like, it was-
we ended up getting one glass visit later on, but it was all through a computer. So she would drive an hour, sit in a shed, drive 10 hours, have the visit with me, hopefully, like luckily stay with a friend, sometimes not,
Uh-huh.
drive all the way back to Denver. She got 1 hour a month.
Wow. That's dedication.
Is it? Why is it? And so she did help me like calm down to the point where like you have a future.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know your brain doesn't always tell you what the consequences are, but let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you. And so the first plea deal we got offered, they said like, we'll give you 70 years.
Oh my God.
And they always come with outrageous numbers up for anytime you hear someone say like, Joe Johnson is facing 50 years in prison for the act of this.
Mm-hmm.
They're not facing that. That's the absolute max they could get if they met all these different criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second one was 30 years. And that's actually a real plea deal. Like that one, that's what I would have got if I took it to trial and lost.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one was 10 years, 120 months. And I was going to say no. I was like, no, fuck it. Like, let's go to trial, make them earn it. And the people around me, I still don't know if I like that they did this or not. They convinced me to take the plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the worst days of my life, signing that plea deal. Because you go to the courthouse, the judge reads everything, and he basically, like, they make you grovel and say, like, I was a bad boy. I want this. I want to tell you that I did wrong.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. And then you sign this piece of paper saying I'm a bitch.
It's a shitty feeling, dude.
Oh my God. And sometimes you have to. Like if it's life or 30, you got to sign that plea deal.
Yeah.
But for me, I still think about it. It's probably one of the worst moments. Outside of violence and people dying, that was one of the worst moments I've ever had.
I mean, you effectively had to bend your knee to the system that day.
Yeah. And ever since then, I promised myself that'd be the last time.
Yep.
Never bend a knee.
I was going to ask about your tattoos on your hands. I noticed those.
Fire to the prisons.
You show them to that camera right there?
Fire to the prisons. Never bent a knee. After that day, I never gave him one.
Nice.
I also, this is the day that Bobby Sands and the 10 Irish hunger strikers started their hunger strike before they passed away. So I have that to remember, like prison resistance. Dignity is worth it.
When did you get those?
Last month.
Oh, those are new. Oh, wow.
I think this one's 2 months old. This one's a month.
Nice.
They stuck in really good. Hashtag Ian at Think Tank South in Denver.
Are those some of your favorite tattoos?
They look cool.
Nice.
They look cool. They're just lovely. Little anarchy sign, little bomb.
I noticed you have class war over your eyebrow as well.
Yeah. We can talk about that spider tattoo whenever you want to, but it's not a fun one.
Why is that?
So, after the staff assault in the mop closet, they drove me to Leavenworth Penitentiary and put me in the shoe. And when you're in the bottom level of that shoe, it's underground. So like you can see dirt through your window.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so there were spiders everywhere. And they would like come down from the roof. They'd be walking across your feet. You could not escape them. And I was afraid of spiders then. Deathly afraid.
I am still.
So I had to either lose my mind, kill every single spider, which is mentally exhausting. It really is. Or just grow peace with them. Like, hello, friend. Like they call you a recluse for the reason. Like you don't want to be near me. You're just trying to get food. So I got this to remember like that you can embrace your fears. Like you can overcome these things. And class war, because that's what I stand for.
Fuck yeah. Now, to me, it sounds like, at least, although you might not agree, the plea deal might have been a good idea, because I'd imagine you fighting in your pretrial wouldn't have looked good.
It wouldn't have, and I would have lost at trial. Like I was obviously guilty. Fingerprints on the bottles. They have me on camera. They have all this stuff. I would have lost. And I would have got more time in the feds. If you go to trial, you get more time than if you sign a plea deal, unless you're one of the lucky ones. So it was the right move. It was the right move. It just felt bad.
Now, were you wearing like even a mask when you were doing this?
I was wearing a balaclava, like where you put a shirt over your face and then tie it behind you and tuck it in so it just has the slit.
Yep.
I was wearing that.
No gloves though.
No, and I wasn't even wearing a long sleeve shirt.
You
like
really didn't give a fuck.
No. Come get it. Come get it. And
So-
they did come get it.
You signed the plea deal, and when you go to federal, they don't do good time. So like
They do.
Do they?
15%. So it's not like state time where you get like 40% off, 50% off.
Oh, it's just
You have to do
reduced.
85% of your bid.
That's still horrible.
Yeah.
That is
And you can lose
brutal.
it.
Yeah.
And I did.
I would guess. I don't think you're a prime candidate for good time by the sounds of it.
No.
So
No.
You get back from trial, you've signed your plea deal, and now you're just faced with doing your sentence. How do you mentally handle knowing that you've got 10 years to go?
So I didn't come back from trial. I came back from my sentencing. So
Okay,
trial
or
is very
sentencing,
different. Yeah.
but-
So it's hard when you realize that the next 10 years are going to be rough. Like guaranteed. Your
Yep.
next 10 years for sure are going to have really horrible moments. You're not going to be able to do the things that you love. You're not going to be able to express life or your love of life. But that is a natural consequence of attacking the government. So I was prepared. Like my heroes had all done or were doing decades at that time. So I was mentally aware that this was a consequence. And Rochelle had told me like, hey, we're good. Like, we're good. Don't worry. Check that jealousy shit at the door. Check the insecurity at the door. Are we okay on time? Is that what you're looking at?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just hanging out.
Check the insecurity at the door. So I don't know. I went into it in a better mind space than others. So it was also the first prison I was sent to is a safe prison. So when you're sent to a safe prison, it's a lot easier to be like, I can do this. This
Yep.
is simple. And that safe prison was Inglewood Low.
Okay.
And that's in Denver next to my wife. And so that's where Jared Fogle is, the Subway guy. That's where Rob Blagojevich, the ex.
I know all about Blagojevich.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on the
Oh,
show.
yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, I grew up, dude. Prime time. I know all about him.
That weird puke.
I want to get him on here. I got a lot of questions for him.
Oh, I do too, you fucking bastard. But he was there. So it's a weird place. Low security prisons are weird.
Yeah.
But me and her got contact visits. That was our first time hugging.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That had to feel good.
It did. First time hugging the kid. Like me and the kids had gotten to know each other. She has 2 kids. Now we have 2 kids. And they embraced me as dad. Like they were babies. They were 3 and 5 or 2 and 4. Brain's elastic. But so that was the best time, was getting to sit with her, getting to hug, you get a hug at the start, hug at the end. You get to kiss at the start, at the end. So that was the best prison time I ever did. The easiest. We had the best, because there's a lot of sex offenders at these low security prisons.
Yep.
I had college education. I was older than 24. It was the first time offense and no one got hurt in my crime. So I got to go to a low. I got to start there. But those sex offenders get the best food, the best stuff, the best everything. Tennis courts, basketball courts, a real gym, like a legit gym, movie theater, library.
Really?
These sex offenders are doing it good in low
There's a
security
movie
prisons.
theater in there?
It's like a big projector. Like they drop a projection
Still,
screen.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
it's dope. It's dope. That's where I saw the first Deadpool movie.
what?
Yeah.
They let Jared Fogle watch Deadpool in there?
Yeah, he's thriving.
Oh.
Dude could
I
not-
don't like that.
No, dude could not be doing better.
That's
That
terrible
piece of
news.
shit.
Did you, like, meet him directly?
No, I'm not talking that fucking creep.
Were you guys, like, on the same cell block, though? Or, like,
No.
yard or anything?
It was same yard.
Okay.
He was in a different unit. My unit was, I don't remember the names anymore. It's been so long. But I was in a unit over here. He was in some unit over here. So I'd see him at meals and stuff like that. But you're not trying to fucking associate with this weirdo. I was friends with a couple of sex offenders, and their crimes were like, they were gay dudes who had met someone on an app, and that person was like 17 and they were 22.
Okay. That
like-
you'd viewed as different than, like...
It is different. Like
Yeah.
that is a consensual relationship. And the federal crime was driving to meet them. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Like whatever. There's a difference between an adult raping a child and a 17 and a 20-year-old meeting. I see it. In prison, there's not a difference. They would have got killed at a different prison, and I would have had to be one of the people that went to do it. But in a low security, I have bigger problems.
Yeah.
And those bigger problems are staff.
Sounds like the politics are way different in a low
There's
security
no
place.
politics. Oh, there's no politics.
It's just sex offenders
yeah.
roam free.
We had a table that was for the solid white guys. And there was like 8 people. So that's where you eat. And then you would try to live with other solid white guys, but no one's going to stab you. No one's going to jump you. No one's going to do anything except for the cops who love doing.
How would the guards treat you in there?
Bad. They hated me. My case was considered a terrorist case because it was a government building and whatever. And so I was on communication monitoring, which was like my emails would take days.
Yeah.
They had to read each one and review it. And so they would take their sweet ass time. They could live monitor my phone calls. And then at visiting, they would be really disrespectful. And that's how I ended up getting transferred to a medium security prison, was because at visiting one day, one of the guards, Officer Eglinton, he got really pissed because my daughter was like making fun of him. She was 2, just this little cute girl, but she was just laughing at him because he looks stupid. I'm like, why is this guy like yelling at people? Like that sort of making fun. Why is he so mean? And so he yelled at me to go to the bathroom in prison. Like the guard has to go with you and watch you pee. So he was staring at my dick, watching me pee, and then starts dogging me out about how he's going to have like his son beat up my daughter at school.
It's a very weird thing to comment.
Yeah, dude. And so he ended up getting removed from visiting that day. My wife called for a lieutenant and she was like, we're going to have issues if this dude doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
But he came back the next week and like he tried sitting us by the sex offenders with my little girl at visiting. And so she was scared. She was too scared to visit for a while. And so I ended up drawing her a cartoon of like us standing at his tombstone. And I'd spelled his name just slightly different because I thought plausible deniability. But it was just to help her like not be so afraid. Like this guy has an expiration date. He can't hurt you. But they take that serious. And the day that they opened that letter, I got grabbed from work. I worked in the library. I made $12 a month. They grabbed me, put me in the shoe, and then 2 hours later drove me to FCI Florence Medium. It was 2 hours south. And I got put in the shoe there. And they referred me to the FBI, saying that I had threatened a federal government official.
Wow.
Stupid motherfuckers, dude.
Did they ever follow through with like a charge for that or try to?
So the FBI has a choice whether they're going to accept it or not.
Okay.
And the FBI said, no.
This is clearly not that.
Yeah, this is a stick figure drawing. And so I was in that shoot for 2.5 months. And then they put me on the Florence yard. And that yard it's a political yard. That's where you are eating with whites. You are working out with whites, or any race, whatever race you are. You are living, eating, working out, and doing workouts. Or I already said that, but you're doing everything with your race. And so that's where I learned about serious racial politics. That's just where I learned how to do like actual prison time.
I mean, the yard politics of having to roll with whites because you're white probably can, cause a lot of problems for you because you got arrested for partaking in the Michael Brown protests.
Yeah, they did not like me there for like, I probably had 3 friends my entire time there. Because I was seen as a race traitor, but I wasn't a rat or a sex offender. So they let me stay on the yard.
Yeah.
But at any point they could have fucked me off. Like I didn't have friends, like deep friends there. I wasn't popular. I wasn't some tough guy roaming the yard. I was just surviving. I taught yoga class.
Nice.
Yeah, $12 a month.
How many hours were you putting in for that $12?
3 hours a day.
How many days a week?
7. So however many hours a month that is, like 21 a week times 4. So
dude,
30
you
hours.
Were making like not even like, a few cents an hour.
Yeah. Cause you get paid. I was getting paid. The pay is you get this per month, no matter how many hours you work or don't, but you are going to work this many hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just weird. My wife would visit me there too. She would get up at 6 or 7 a.m., drive at 2 hours to get to me before 9. We would have our visits across the table like this. So we would play cards, play just fun games to laugh and stuff. And then she would have to drive 2 hours back. And so there was good and bad times there. Like I did fine. I had good religious group there. I rolled with the Wiccans. I wasn't necessarily Wiccan, but it was a pagan religion that wasn't based in white supremacy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I was cool with those dudes. Like I have my goddesses. Like I fuck with that.
How big was the Wiccan squad in there?
At most 6, at little 3.
Okay. It's a small group.
Yeah, it was a small group, but a small loyal group. Like those dudes would have fought for me. And one of them I'm still friends with right now. Like he's one of my,
Nice.
he's just a great friend. Hashtag Big J in Salt Lake City.
Nice.
Just this monstrous Viking, just beautiful person. He protected me a bunch. But yeah, I had problems all the time. There was always the threat of me getting fucked up. There was many little micro battles. There was people that legitimately hated me. And yeah, that's a shitty way to live, but I was just doing my time.
How long did you spend at this facility?
I was there for a year and 4 months before the lieutenant incident happened.
So what happened with the lieutenant?
Yeah. So the same thing with the email followed me to Florence where they could read emails. And there's something called SIS officers. And they're like the FBI within prison. So one of them had talked to me and said, as long as you don't talk about killing staff or trying to escape, you can email whatever you want. I'll read it and approve it. Well, great. So I did. I would email crazy shit. Like I would write for anarchist newspapers. I would send my wife anecdotes. Nothing against other prisoners. I'm not dry snitching, but like about staff.
Yep.
By the way, if you're in prison and you email about what another prison is doing, like Joey had drugs today and he didn't share, you're ratting. You will get hurt if you get caught. But so one day, a Mexican kid was trying to check in. He went to the staff to say, I need safety. I need protective custody.
Yep.
And the staff said, no, deal with it on your own. And that deal with it on your own was he was going to get his face kicked off. And so he punched that staff.
Okay.
And he did that because at that point, now you have to put me in the shoe. Now I can't stay on the yard. It was still a check-in move, but like, you got one.
Yep.
And so I sent my wife an email saying like, some paisa checked in, assaulting staff. God bless them. Like, I bet that felt so good. Just like celebrating this assault because staff there it's hard to describe. If you've never been in prison, like it's hard to describe bad staff. But they're the type that would like raid your room and just throw everything into the hallway and just destroy your stuff and throw shit away and just talk shit to you all the time. They're a nasty little bunch out there. Fuck Florence guards for real. Like I hate them. I still hate them to this day. But so a lieutenant named Lieutenant Wilcox, he's in this book. He got mad about this. He read my email and got mad about it. So he called me down to the lieutenant's office to have a safety check, a wellness check. But instead of going to his office, he took me to a mop closet.
Oh no.
And that's not supposed to happen. You don't do that. And it's like there's brooms, there's mops, it's a mop closet. Like it's a guy in trial, they tried arguing it was an office. But so he took me in there and he started blowing up on me like, you fucking bitch, you homo, you F-word slur, just saying all the things that in prison you would have to fight over. You have to fight if someone calls you a bitch. You have to fight if someone calls you an F-word or whatever, a punk. And I'm just laughing at him. Like, all right, like whatever. Say what you need to say, pal. I'm not going to do nothing. And then he calls me a terrorist. He's like, you terrorist fucking scum. And I'm just laughing in his face like, yeah, dude, I'm a terrorist. I fucking love terrorists. Like, be mad. And he pushes me. And I fall against a metal filing cabinet. And so I'm like, what the fuck? And as I'm lifting myself off the cabinet, he throws a punch and a punch at me. 2 punches. And no one, I don't care if they're staff or not, no one can put their hands on you. And also, you're against metal closets. You can die. You don't know if this dude's going to stop. He's probably 5'9", 5'10", 215, bulky dude. So he didn't know that I boxed. He thought I was a little race trader, yoga teaching, tree loving Eric. He forgot that I had boxed for literally my entire life. And so I lit his ass up. Boom, 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 boom. And once again, I'm not a tough guy, but in self-defense, if you don't see it coming, like you can get hurt. And I hurt him. And that 4th punch, he fell into a puddle of his own blood. And that was easily one of the best moments of my life. Easily. Even now.
I mean, I can tell by just the way you're retelling the story. You get lit when you talk about this.
Just knowing how bad they treat people and what they do, like how they hurt people. It was like, you thought you could destroy me. That was your game plan to hurt me. Because after he punched me, it wasn't like I was just going to go back to the yard and everything would be fine. He was going to accuse me of assaulting staff and put me in the shoe.
Yeah, you had more trouble coming.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So I lit his ass up. He falls in a puddle of his own blood. And then the rest of the staff comes in, puts you on the ground. They just stomp me half to death. Kicking in the groin, kneeing in the head, kicking the head, punching the side of the head, twisting your knee, twisting your ankle, all this brutal stuff. And then this happens there's like off and on, like picking up, slamming down, picking up, slamming down, moving here, moving there. And eventually they put me in the striker chair and then they move me down to the 4-point room. This is a striker chair. That's me.
Oh.
Yeah. So they strap you to this chair so they can wheel you so you don't hurt yourself.
You want to hold that up for that camera so they can see the chair and everything?
So this is a striker chair. This is me with my you're not going to break me face.
Mm-hmm.
Can I show you Wilcox?
Yeah.
We have pictures
He's
of everything.
in here?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see it.
People don't, because I went to trial, we got everything. So people don't usually get to see this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll show you when we get to the 4-point, I'll show you that picture too. This is Wilcox after I got done with him.
Oh, I love photo evidence. Oh, yeah. Show that to the people.
So this is the lieutenant. Everything I have is backed up by pictures.
It's all dated and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the photos the FBI had. I'll show you the mob closet too. It's one thing to say all this shit. It's another thing to have the pictures. Like, you're not going to call me a...
I'm excited to see what they called an office.
This is a drawing that I did for my daughter. The stick figure.
That's the one that got you sent to a new facility?
Yeah, in the FBI.
That's crazy. Show them that one too.
This is the stick figure drawing that got referred to the FBI.
Wow.
For threatening a federal agent. We have everything. No one's going to call me a liar. This is the email I wrote my wife.
Oh, this is sick. Wow.
That's the one that got me called to the mob closet. We have everything.
You really do. You're not kidding.
No one's going to call me a liar. This is the office.
Yeah. Yeah. What an office.
Do you see the ground?
Yep.
That's his blood.
I see a lot of blood there. Yeah.
That's the office. Note all the office supplies. Note his desk.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of accounting in there.
Yes.
For sure.
This fucking puke. I don't know if people saw it. That's not my blood. That's not mine. That's not a desk, an office desk.
And we'll talk more about your book later, but just right now, while we're on the topic, what's your book called and where can everyone get it?
Yeah, it's called a Clean Hell, Anarchy and Abolition in America's Most Notorious Dungeon. And it is on pmpress.org, Amazon, wherever you buy books.
Nice.
It's a really good book. Like, it's a shockingly good book.
I'm excited to read it, dude. I like the pictures.
Yeah, I know I look like
I'm
a
a
jackass,
visual learner.
but I'm a visual learner. So yeah, after the striker chair, that's when I get 4-pointed.
So you realize pretty quick that you're in some deep shit at this point.
As soon as because you hear them coming. Mm-hmm. As soon as I hear them coming, I'm like, oh God, this goes badly.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they're stomping you out, you kind of disassociate like this. Hopefully this ends. Like, hopefully they don't kill me. And then when they put you in the striker chair, you're like, hopefully they don't kill me.
Yep.
And then when they're carrying me downstairs in the striker chair, you're like, hopefully they don't kill me. And then when they finally slam you up against a wall and use metal shears and rip your clothing off like they're going to rip you, including underwear, you're thinking, hopefully they don't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they finally strap you down to get 4-pointed, that's when you're like, they're going to hurt me. Like, this is serious now. And you can watch the video of them ripping my clothes off piece by piece. That's on my Instagram. We have that video.
You have that video?
Yeah, supportericking.org.
That's crazy.
We have it all. It's part of Discovery.
You can post that on Instagram?
It's on Instagram right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've relaxed the rules if you can post your clothes getting ripped off.
Yeah, just men's in prison, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. They should let the women do it too.
It's violent, trigger warning.
Yeah, it sounds very violent.
So then we get 4-pointed, and that's...
So you get 4-pointed, you're getting fucked up. But when did you find out that you're transferring facilities again?
Can I show you what 4-pointed is, by the way?
Yes. Oh, we got more evidence. All right.
So for those who don't know, 4-pointed is a form of torture. They used to call it quartering.
Okay.
It's where they chain you to each angle of a bed, each corner of a bed.
Okay.
And it's torture. It hurts more than you can ever
I've
describe.
seen like a medieval example of this.
Yeah. And they cuff your hands so tight you can't feel them. And they do the same to your ankles and your body when you're in a stress position. Within seconds, you're in radiating pain. It never stops.
Yep.
And you're staring up at the ceiling. They got a fluorescent light right above your head. They're coming in intermittently and suffocating you.
Are they waterboarding you?
No.
Just covering your mouth?
Yeah, covering your mouth. They take a shield, a riot shield, and push it over you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they push on your chest so you can't breathe, but there's no bruises. They know what they're doing, these motherfuckers. They're not rookies at this. I still to this day can't feel most of my left arm, my leg, my shins, my hips. It's dead. They killed the nerves. And
Really? Oh my God.
Not a game.
That looks horrible.
Yeah, this is real. This is torture.
Yeah.
Like, it's real torture.
Yeah, that is straight up torture.
And so that's after that, I do that for 7.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I have to piss myself. It's humiliating. And then they, after 7.5 hours, they drive me to the USP, the penitentiary in Florence, where I'm there for 5 days. And they drive me to Leavenworth. That's a 10-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
The scariest moment in my prison bid happened there, by the way. Can I tell you that?
Yeah, please.
While I'm driving to Leavenworth, about 4 hours in,
Mm-hmm.
it's a cop car. I'm in the middle one. And they pull off the side of the road into an abandoned gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And they order me out. I think they're going to kill me because I'm escaping. That's what they're going to say. And they order me into the parking lot and they tell me to get on my knees. And they're all surrounding me in guns. And they come up behind me and they pull down my pants on my knees. So I think they're going to rape me and kill me. And then they say, pee. It's your pee break. Pee now or don't pee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cuffed to my waist, ankles shackled, surrounded by grown men with guns.
Yep.
Can't pee. I'd spritzed a little like,
Mm-hmm. It's like you're trying to pee for probation.
yeah.
Yep.
Except for with your life on the line.
Yep.
So then they put you back in the car, drive me to Leavenworth. I'm there for 6 months in the shoe. That's when the spider friends happen.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, they say, we're not prosecuting you. You're free. So I'm like, great. And then I go to USB McCreary. That's a penitentiary in Virginia.
Okay.
And I do 2 months in the shoe there. And they come and ask me, are you going to go to the yard or are you going to check in? Well, you have to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cellmate. If I said no, I'm not going to go to the yard, he would have jumped me. He would have beat my head in. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to the yard. And so I was on that yard for 5 days before they set me up to get attacked. And that's the last 5 days. In that period of 6 years, that's the only 5 days I was out of segregation.
Wow.
Yeah. Sucks.
So they keep just sounds like ping ponging you around.
Yeah, it was brutal. And every place you go, there's something horrible happening. That's what sucks about it. Like at that prison, they set me up to get jumped. So they had an excuse to get me off the yard.
Mm-hmm.
At USP Lee, I was eaten alive by ants, and you'd wake up with them in your testicles, in your mouth. That's why I have ants on my forehead.
Mm-hmm.
To remember that and to help me like get over ants. And then after a year to the day after I got attacked in the mop closet is when they brought me back to the Inglewood SHU special housing unit to tell me I was facing charges. So
what were the charges that they were giving you?
Assaulting a federal agent causing serious bodily injury. It's 20 piece.
Oh no.
20 extra years.
I mean, at that point, being that far into your sentence, that had to be a huge blow to your mental.
I had 4.5 or 5 years left.
Yeah.
I was halfway done.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like 20. And
now you've got a family too.
Yeah. And the plea deal that they said that they would offer was, we'll let the judge decide where in your guidelines to put you. So the judge could easily decide 20 because it was my second violent felony.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I decided, like, no, I'm not bending a knee again. And my wife supported me. She's like, you're right. Like, right is right. If you want to take it to trial, let's go. And so we spent the next 2.5 years trying to fight that case.
How'd it turn out?
Well, let me tell you, when you're in the SHU, by the way, for assaulting a lieutenant, they do not treat you well.
Yep.
So I did COVID back there. I didn't even know it was happening because none of the guards wore a mask. The first time I ever wore a mask was the first day of my trial. So that was neat. The first time I ever got my head cracked open was by a guard there. I don't know. Can you see the scar right here? The white line? Like underneath
a
the
little,
KC?
yeah. Well, when you point at it, I can.
Yeah.
A little.
So I was handcuffed behind my back one day and I was talking, they were going to search my cell, 2 guards, and I was talking shit to one of them because they were just fucking my house up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was handcuffed behind my back in my underwear, nothing else. And they put me in the shower. And when they were done, they took me out of the shower. And he asked me to lift up my leg to wand me down, a metal wand, see if I had metal on me. handcuffed behind my back in my underwear, nothing else. And he slapped my ankle. And then he's like, lift it up, King. So I lift it up, he slaps it again. He's like, King, I'm not telling you again, lift it up. I'm like, dude, you keep hitting my ankle. I'm not going to keep doing this. And so I lift it up, and when he hits it the third time, I slam it down. And before I can even blink, I wake up in a pile of my own blood. I'm like suffocating or drowning in the blood because it's pouring out of my head. He had picked me up and slammed me on my head directly on concrete. Officer Gustafsson, 6'3", 280 pounds, big piece of shit. He almost killed me, and I had a serious concussion. I had to get 7 stitches. I was puking every day, and my wife had to get that phone call from my lawyer that Eric almost died. And I was going wild at that time. I was throwing piss in cops' faces. I was fighting with them. I was doing everything mental that you see in prison because they were destroying me. They were ripping up my mail. They were breaking my stuff, pissing on my floor. And at that point, they had taken away already. I had no emails during the shoe, but no visits, no phone calls, and no letters. I could only write my wife. That's it. And so they would know that. So they'd come up to my cell and they'd rip up the letters.
No.
Or they'd give me rejection notices saying it was too explicit sexually. She was not sending me that shit. She's going through extreme trauma at this point. She's terrified she just lost her husband. And so I was going nuts on these fuckers. And after a while, she had to send me a letter like, is this what the future is going to be? Like, if our future is going to be just you resisting and you going to getting more time, then tell me so I can prepare for it. I'll stick with you. Or do you want to come home to us? What's it going to be? It can't be both. And that was a real wake-up call. And it wasn't just one letter. This took her like 8 months to get through to me. Because in prison, you have trauma brain. And there's only so many times you can have a guard saying they're pissing in your cell before you're like, all right, you want to piss on me? I'll give it back to you. All right, you want to rip up my stuff? I'm going to rip up your stuff. It's stupid mentality. It just plays right into their hands. But after 2.5 years, we went to trial. And we talk about that in the book too, but no one wins at trial in the feds. 92% of federal cases take plea deals. Of that 92, I think 7% or 6% go and they get dismissed. And then of that remaining percent, I think 0.2% of those win. It's less than 1% of people win at federal trial.
Yep.
And I took it to trial. It was 7 days long. Trial ended on the anniversary of my dad dying. Good omen. But I testified on my behalf. And no one does that in the feds because as soon as you do, they can open that door on you. They can catch you lying. They can bring up past stuff. They can do everything. And so I testified on my behalf, and I told this jury why there was so much hate for staff. Why I celebrated that email. Why I fought back. Why I could not allow him to hurt me. That's how we got the pictures, by the way. Because you take it to trial, they have to give you everything.
Yep.
And after a day of deliberation, a day and a half, that jury said I was not guilty, which was the biggest shock I've ever had in my entire life.
That had to be an insane feeling when you got that verdict back.
Unreal, because no one wins. And I was prepared. My trial lawyer did not do a good job. There was 3 of them. One of them did as best as they could. Another one tried their hardest, but the main one, they just didn't do good. Like they weren't trial lawyers. They were like sue for lawsuits lawyers.
Yeah.
And they had taken it as a favor to one of their friends. Like they didn't want to represent me. They made that very clear to me almost on a monthly basis. They were shitty to my wife all the time. And so they did a bad job. And if I had not testified, we would have lost. Because it's my word against 9 staff. There's no cameras. So it's me versus a federal agent. Who are you going to believe? And they really thought it was going to be them. And when they said not guilty, I cried my eyes out. I cried for me. I cried for my wife. I cried for my kids.
Yeah.
Like they stole this from us, but we did it. And that's when I thought everything was going to get better.
Why didn't it?
Well, so I had low security points.
Okay.
Which means I should have got sent back to a low security prison. They said no. And they did not like that I had won that case. They hated it. It humiliated them. So I was sent back to USP Lee, the ant prison. And I didn't know why I was getting sent back there. And the second day I was there, they told me they were going to begin the ADX referral process. You don't just go to that prison. There's a long process of they have to do a packet. They have to prove why you have to go there.
Yep.
3 different staff has to sign off on it, including the warden. Region has to sign off on it. Then national has to sign off on it. It's a long process. And so that was the first time I'd ever got sexually assaulted. Was it USP Lee? People don't know about that happens in prisons where staff will do that. It wasn't another prisoner, it's staff. And it's not rape. It's like, if you don't do what we want right now, the 7 of us are going to go in there and beat your fucking head in. And you see it happen to other people. You see people going to the hospital with blood all over their face. You see people going to the hospital because the guards stuck a baton up their ass. Literally.
That's a common thing?
It can kill you.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's common other places, but it's common at USP Lee. So if they tell you stretch your dick or show us your asshole, stick a finger in your ass, spread your ass, whatever they say, you're going to do it. And if anyone wants to say like, oh, that's gay, or oh, you're a bitch, or oh, you're a pussy, you've never been beat by staff before. You've never heard someone get raped before. You've never almost died in a prison before. So I still think about that stuff too. I cry about that sometimes, like that powerlessness. But the options were go home to my wife or get killed. Yep. What's it going to be? Are you going to go home sexually assaulted, or are you going to stick your ego? And I don't consider that bending a knee because you don't have a choice. So after 2 months there, I got the approval that like, hey, you're going to go to ADX, the most secure prison on earth or in America. Have fun. And that was just about as surreal as when you're at trial.
I mean, that sounds like a crazy swing. You're on the top of the mountain and real quick, you're at the bottom.
And that's how prison, that's, I guess, life.
Yep.
You're up, you're down, you're down. And you got to just find the ways to even out. That sucked.
Talk to me about the day that you got transported there. Do you remember like what the feeling was like as you're on the way?
So you don't just go straight from that prison either. So I had to go from there. We drove 6 hours to Atlanta. Okay. Which sucks because you're shackled the entire time. You can't move. And I had to pee. They have a little porta potty in the back of the bus basically. And so you're just bouncing around, pissing all over yourself. Brutal. So then you get to Atlanta and I did a week there in the SHU. I'm always I'm never with population because of the ADX stuff and the staff assaults. So you do a week there and then they fly you to Oklahoma City. That's the Federal Transport Center. They got an airport attached to the prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's some serious shit.
People don't know that. You fly off the prison.
That's crazy.
It's the craziest thing you can imagine. So I get to Oklahoma City.
Is it just like one runway or like, wow.
Yeah. So we get to that prison or jail and I spend a week in the SHU there. And then when they come over the intercom and say, King, pack up, you're leaving. And that's scary. That's the day I get there because now you're like, oh shit, this is actually happening. Yep. Because it feels surreal. If you're not in it's hard for people outside of federal prison to understand how mythological that prison is. It only holds 300 people. It holds every infamous prisoner in the federal system ever. Yep. It holds the realest people, like the legends, the Thomas Silverstein, the Larry Hoovers, like these people that shaped prison forever are held there. And all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm going to be held there. So they fly us on Con Air to Oklahoma or to Florence, Colorado, or Canyon City. It's like an hour drive, or it doesn't fucking matter. I'm about an hour away from the prison. Yep. And you get on that bus and you're like, holy fuck, like I can't believe this is happening. And it feels like I'm having a heart attack. I'm seeing colors differently. My chest is hurting in a way I've never felt until the Chiefs won the Super Bowl finally against the Eagles. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours of just pure misery. And I'm thinking the entire time they're setting me up to get killed. Because these are the same guards that work with Wilcox. It's the same compound. That compound is the medium, the penitentiary, the supermax, and the camp. And I'd been at 2 of them. Now I was going to the 3rd one. And so I'm thinking like, this is a setup to get me killed. They're going to put me in the penitentiary. They're going to give someone drugs and they are going to tell that person to kill me or rape me. And so that's where the heart attacks are coming. I'm praying to my goddesses, like, please don't let them kill me. Please let me find a way to just to get out of the murder. I have to be able to get home to my wife. I have to be able to get home to her. Just help me find a way. Don't let her get that phone call. And I could have cried, honestly. It's just so hard knowing that, like, because you think you're driving to your death. So, like, imagine, like, you're in a car chained up and your brain is telling you this is your last moments on earth.
Yeah.
It's scary, dude. Like, it's scary as shit. All my limbs were all cold. And so we pull up, it's us and the penitentiary people on this bus. And so we pull up to that bus and they start calling off names to go to the penitentiary. And this is where I'm like, oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. And they do it in alphabetical order. So it's like Anderson, Bobbins, Dylan. And then they jump to Lemons, L. They skip K. So I'm like, oh shit, no way, no way, no way, no way. And then they take all those dudes off the bus and I'm waiting for them to call me last so they can sneak me in the back or something. Because they've shown that habit. Like, they have priors. But then they close the door and drive off. And so we drive to ADX. And that's almost too surreal. That's like you're in a book. It's me and this other kid. He's not a kid, he's a grown man, who had like ran a South Carolina prison. People don't understand that there's white GDs. It's a gang. But those people are idiots and have never been in prison. There's every race of GD.
Yeah.
Larry Hoover is the founder of that gang. Just gang. I don't even want to call it a gang, organization. So it's me and him on this bus. And you just slow drive to ADX. It's just this slow, methodical drive. And you pull up to this small red building. And it's covered in razor wire fences, big gates that open. And when the gates open, you pull in. And then you just slowly drive around the prison. There's guards walking beside it with machine guns. And it takes you like 3 minutes to drive around the building. The driving slow as shit. And then you get to this big ass garage. And the garage door opens and you just pull in. And it's just like, all right, guys, hop off. Go to R&D. We're going to get you processed. And you just start your ADX time.
God, I'd be shitting bricks.
That's scary.
I would be genuinely shitting bricks.
Because that's when the joy of not getting killed gets replaced with the fear of like, what's about to happen now? This is a very notorious dungeon. So it's scary.
You get in there, does it live up to your expectations? Do you think you maybe like overshot it a little bit?
No,
or
I think I undershot it.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about that first day when you get in there.
So the first day is just, once again, surreal. So you sit in a holding cell. They give you prison clothes. And then like everyone comes and talks to you in the holding cell, medical, psych, your unit team manager, your counselor, all these people. And then they run you through an x-ray machine and you're cuffed once again, hands to your waist, ankles shackled. And there's 2 guards with you, one on this side holding you with both hands, one behind you with a baton. And then they walk you out of R&D, receiving and discharging. And then you walk down this long ass slope. This is like the underground, the prison built underground. That's where it comes from. Long ass slope. And it's checkered floor. And you're just shuffling and you're looking around. You're just in a hallway. And there's units to your left. There's where the campers come and make your food. And then I was in C unit, disciplinary unit. And you're just waddling, and then you have to go through, everything's electronic. So you go through that gate and then you walk past it's called a bubble. It's where the staff is. And then they open another gate and you walk down these stairs, waddle, the gates close behind you. And then they walk you into your cell. There's only 8 cells on a range. It's tiny, only 350 people in that prison. It is a tiny, people don't understand how hard it is to be in fucking ADX. But there's 2 doors. So you walk in the first door, well, both doors are open, but you walk into your cell, they close the inside door and you stick your hands are behind your back and they uncuff you. And then they walk out and the second door closes and you're just in your cell. And your cell is a tomb. Like I'd already done 4.5 years in SEG at that time.
Yeah.
In a row, I'd done the 1.5 years in CCA prior, not 1.5 years, 9 or 10 months. But it is so quiet that first day. It is so quiet because it's made of concrete. So you can hit the wall all you want. And you can yell. You can yell at the top of your lungs to get through 2 doors because the second door is pure steel.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just hard as shit. And so everyone was just quiet on that range. I guess other ranges are loud. People bang the showers and shake the gates.
Mm-hmm.
But my range was quiet as fuck. And that first 2 weeks, like I tell people this because I want them to understand, that first 2 weeks, I didn't hear another person speak except for the guards. Not another human voice. And that is hard. That is a hard thing to go through. And it's just isolation on a very deep level. You don't know where you're at in the prison.
Yeah.
You can only, there's a window. It's like that big. And you can see out the sky like this much of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see out of all of it, but it's just a building is all you see on the other side. So you see about 2 or 3 inches of light. And you're just now in this fucking hell. They bring you all the clothes because they took your measurements. So you get 5 shirts, button-up brown shirts, 5 khaki pants, 5 pairs of boxers, 2 towels, 5 pairs of socks, and that's your clothes. They do laundry every Wednesday. And for laundry, they give you a laundry bag. It's like a nylon bag. You put your clothes in there, you tie it. They take it at dinner. And then the way they wash laundry is they just throw all your nylon bags in a big like jumbo wash.
Mm-hmm.
And they throw them in a jumbo dryer. And they'll bring it back to you the next day and it's always wet.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's never dry. And so that's how you just start your fucking ADX time.
Sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It sucks.
What's like give me a full day schedule in Supermax? Like wake up to sleep.
So because we're on 24-hour lockdown, the law is we get a TV.
Okay.
A small one.
And that's legally required?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can lose it. If you fuck up, if you don't program the way they want you to,
Mm-hmm.
there's ways to lose it. But that TV is where you do your like online classes. So like they have a math class, they have a science class, but it's on your TV. It's like channel 68.
Yep.
Your radio is channel like 70.3 is local Denver, 70.4 is rock and roll,
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. So I would get up at about 5:30 and clean myself. Take a washcloth, go over it. And then I would say everything that I was looking forward to that day. I would list off every small thing, this food, being able to walk, being able to move. I might get a letter. I might get this,
Mm-hmm.
so that my brain is creating purpose because you need purpose.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll fall apart. So then I would eat breakfast, and breakfast is going to be bran flakes, some dry ass cake, some powder milk, or sometimes wet milk. And then I eat breakfast, give the guards their tray back. They come and open your outside door, give you a tray. Like the inside door never opens. And then I would do laps. I would do like 1,000 laps, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You don't have much space. You're not doing much in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do burpees. And burpees are where you're standing up, you jump down to a push up, hop up, hop up. Burpees are a hard workout. That's how I end up fucking on my neck. But so then I do burpees, and then around 10 o'clock, I would take a shower. And a shower, it's in your cell, it's like a metal box, and you step in, and it's either super hot or super cold. It's never a real temperature.
Yeah.
And you press a button, and it goes for a minute. And then after a minute, it stops. You have to wait 30 seconds, press the button again. So I take a shower, and then it'd be lunchtime. And we have a schedule for food. And so Monday is for lunch. Damn, I fucking forget what Monday was. Tuesday is breaded chicken. Wednesday is burgers. Thursday is grilled chicken. Friday is fish. I was on the no meat tray, so mine would always be no meat patty. So like a veggie patty, 3-bean salad, black beans, veggie patty. Like that's all I got. And then after that, I would watch my favorite shows. I would just you chill.
Mm-hmm.
So I would chill. My favorite show is First Things First with Nick Wright.
Okay.
It's a sports show. He's from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me feel like home. I used to listen to him on the radio. So it's just nice having that home. I would do that until about 2 or 3. And then I would take more laps. And I'm talking by the thousands of laps. Because you want your mind to stay active. You don't want to sit there and become a zombie, become a TV zombie. It can become a chain. TV, just like our phones can become a chain.
Yep.
Alcohol can become a chain. Drugs, relationships, things can become chains if you can't afford to be without them.
Mm.
So I would make sure not to obsess over the TV. And then dinner is at 4:30. And so at 4:30,
It's an early dinner.
yeah. And that's where you get your mail. So if you have mail, if someone sent you books, if you got magazines, if you got letters, they just be sitting on your food tray. And you can bet all the time they'll give your stuff to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like your letters will go to someone else. And if they're a legit convict, they'll send it back to the guard. If they're not, they're a bitch. But so after that, I would write letters, read book, do whatever. And I would have the TV on during that time because now it's relaxed time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you see out the night. Sometimes it'd be a second workout, second shower. I would clean my cell again at night just to do something productive. And then at bedtime, I would usually go to bed between 9:30 and 10. And at that point, I would list off everything I'm grateful for. I didn't get pepper sprayed. I got a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see a little bit of sun, just every small thing, because it's reminding your brain to be grateful.
Yep.
And if you're grateful of shit, you create dopamine. You
Mhm.
can find happiness and purpose.
Something that's hard to find in there.
Yeah. And
Yep.
if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it for you.
Yep.
No one gives a shit if you're happy. And that's when I created the five-star system. Can I tell you what that is?
Yeah. What is that?
So I would rank my days by stars.
Okay.
And a 5-star day was very rare. And it would be good food, didn't get harassed by staff, good fitness. I got mail specifically from my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my sports teams won, either the Chiefs or Man United. If they weren't
Man
playing,
United's an interesting second team.
I mean, it's my soccer team or football team, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
We love the heart wants what the heart wants. Man, we're in third place right now too. We're doing all right. But so those things had to happen for a 5-star day. And
Okay.
that made it to where they're rare so you could cherish them. Or I had a visit or whatever. After 12 months, I got visits back, non-contact through the glass.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I got the 1 or 2 phone calls a month. Like staff had a live monitor so they could hang up. But so those created 5-star days. But there was lots of 4-star days. There was lots of 3-star. And 1-star, the only thing that could be a 1-star was bad food, no mail, not shit on TV, and my house gets fucked up. Staff harasses me. And there's probably 7 or 8 of those. But for the most part, it was 3s and 4s because I made them 3s and 4s. Dude, I just rambled. You got to cut me off, dog.
You're good, dude.
Yikes.
I mean, like I told you earlier, we got all the time in the world on this show.
Well.
So it's not really, I feel like it was good info too, you know?
It's all right.
Stuff that I wanted to hear. What would you say is like the best food you ate in there? Like what was a real good food day?
There was only one good meal in there.
Okay.
Some people love that food, I guess. It was dog shit. But it only lasted for like a month and it was French toast sticks.
Ooh.
So every Monday morning,
Mm-hmm.
we would get French toast sticks and we get good syrup. It was
Damn.
so good. And then they got rid of them. Like they always get rid of everything good. We got little fake store pancakes on Wednesday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But all the good food was breakfast for me. Everything else was horse shit, dude. Like it's trash. They do not. And people, once again, there's gonna be people who say, like, "Oh, you're in prison. Of course the food's bad." Why? Like, why does it have to be that bad?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it have to be cold stuff? Why does it have to be old stuff? Why does it have to be tasteless? There's no need for it. It's not like don't do the crime if you can't do the time. It's like, what part of doing the time is that?
Yeah.
Like you got sentenced 10 years. That's 10 years of isolation, being away from your family, getting attacked by staff, potential sexual harassment, and bad food. Like, what's the point of that? So that was the best food.
Yeah. I mean, feeding someone like shit and treating him like shit doesn't really encourage rehabilitation.
No, and they don't want it to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a given, it seems
Mhm.
like, in the prison system. So you'd mentioned earlier that for your first few months there, you didn't even interact with another prisoner?
First weeks.
First
few
weeks.
Yeah.
Do you remember who the first person you interacted with was?
Yeah. So the only people you can really interact with are orderlies.
Okay.
And it's another prisoner, and they would get an hour every 2 or 3 days out on the range, like to push a broom.
Mhm.
So they could walk up to your second door and they could holler at you.
Okay.
And so damn, I forget his name. He was I think Keystone is the name of the gang or organization. The organization Jeff Fort started, but he was a black dude from Cali.
Okay.
And he was just so great. He was so nice. Just respectful. Everyone's respectful there except for the dirtbags, because you're all there for a reason. Like, everyone earned it. You don't accidentally get sent there one way or another.
Yeah.
Like, I earned it by pissing off staff and retaliation. Like, it happens. So he had like multiple stabbings, and like someone had to get their arm amputated, the last one.
Oh my God.
That'll do it to you. That'll get you.
Fuck.
But just the nicest guy behind prison doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next orderly was a Puerto Rican guy, and we saw him on court TV. They did a thing about like one of his exploits when he was going to trial. He had a murder case, so he was going to trial. And in the prison van, he slipped the cuffs, had stuffed a knife in his ass, stabbed the guards, killed one of them, stole their prison van, and drove away.
Oh my
drove
God.
to a different state. Yeah, very serious person. Wow. And then the third, they rotate every 3 or 4 months. So the third orderly, his name was Cueta, and he's on the Nuestra Familia Commission. He's like one of the big dogs. He done Pelican Bay time, 15 years of ADX already. And he just could not have been nicer. Like, just the most respectful, funny dude. He would tell the most hilarious prison stories. Probably not funny to people that were never in prison, but
Yeah.
he knew everybody. He had seen everything. So those dudes, you'd kind of cherish your hour. Yeah, you kind of cherish that hour just to chat to somebody. But that was the only communication until I got to the pre-release unit.
Was there any friends that you made in that facility that you still keep?
In the pre-release unit, that you get an hour out of your cell.
Yep.
But you get to go with a group. And by group, I mean like 2 or 3 other people. So you get to spend an hour with 2 or 3 other people. But in that group, like, you can walk to other people's cells. So you don't have to talk to your group. You can walk to someone else's cell and talk to them. So I made friends with a guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know his probation status.
Yep.
But he'd been in for 15 years. He'd done CMU time. He had done 2 or 3 years of ADX. And we disagreed on a lot of stuff. Like, he was very, very devout Muslim. And he had a pretty serious First Amendment case. Like, he tested the boundaries. Like, legal scholars talked about it because, is this legal or is it not legal? But me and him, like, we bonded over just respect and kindness. And that was a situation where you don't have to be friends with everybody, or you don't have to agree with everything with everybody. But fundamentally, as far as treating humans like humans, we did agree.
Yep.
And so we knew some mutual people through the prison system. We had shared politics on certain things. So we still text every now and then. And if I still consider him a good friend. Like, I love that guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you got to that pre-release unit, how soon before release did they move you there?
I was there for 3 months.
Oh, that's a long time.
Is it? Some people you're supposed to get there 2 years.
That's longer than I'd imagined for
okay.
pre-release. But...
it was a baby amount of time.
Okay.
Because in theory, they want you to be prepared for release by putting you around 2 other people. But
it's an interesting method.
Oh yeah, it's stupid as shit. And so different people rotate in your group depending on like who gets out. So at different times, I had like a native guy and some Mexican guy, or like this guy or that guy. And so you just hope that you get along with the people in your group. Sometimes you don't, and they want to fuck you up, or you fight, or there's violence. Luckily, there was one guy who wanted to fuck me up pretty bad, but he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. He would have got me. But I ended up getting out of there, and yeah, I got out of ADX.
Let's say if like that guy decided to fuck you up in pre-release and you two got in a fight, would that end up delaying your release?
If I had good time left, yes. They would have pushed it back 27 more days. Oh. And then we both would have got taken out of that unit. We both would have got sent back to different units. So it's a very delicate dance that, like, if you're getting out, most likely you want to get out. And so thankfully that didn't happen for me, but it happens to a lot of people.
In pre-release, did they give you like more rights to phone calls and letters?
So I still had my restrictions, but so I got about 2 phone calls a month.
Okay.
And it had to be, the SIS had to be listening and a guard had to be listening. So if they weren't available, and it was during my rec time, so you either get an hour out with your group or you sit in a box doing your phone call. So if they weren't available at that time, I just lost that hour of rec for that day. And then you try again tomorrow. And you have to put in a request the day before, like, I would like to make a phone call at this time. And they either approve it or they don't. And then that's when I got visits back. And that was once a week. Sometimes only once every 2 weeks. But she would sit on the other side of a brick wall or a concrete wall. There's big, thick glass between you. And there's a phone. And you have and you're in a booth too. You have a door behind you, not like around other prisoners.
Yep.
So you pick up the phone, dial a number, it rings on her phone, and then you talk. And they can hang up at any time. They can come take her at any time. I've seen that happen to people.
That ever happened to you?
No, we played it very, very smart.
Nice.
But you can put your hand against the glass. That was really.
Yep.
That was the first time we'd seen each other in 5.5 years. It was the first time my kids had seen me in 5.5 years. And I had really long hair. I had a little white trash beard. And so it took some getting used to each other again because they'd grown up.
It had to be really hard for you to see those kids grow up.
Yeah, to see them when because they were different people.
Yeah.
Their personalities change. And that's tragic. It's hard. To see a little girl go from 5 to 11, you don't, I knew you when you were sitting on my lap and I'm petting your back having fun. Or from whatever. The other one ended up, my oldest ended up being 15 when I got out. So that takes relearning. You relearn not just to be around people, but how to love again. And that's something folks don't always think about.
Tell me about the day you got released. That had to be an unbelievable feeling. No?
Horrible day.
Really?
Dude.
Why so horrible?
They pitch the day you get out like it's the best day of your life. How much sex you gonna have? What are you gonna eat?
That's what I'd imagine the best day ever.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah.
What really ends up happening is I just did 5.5 years of segregation. The second I was next to someone, it felt horrible. Scary. Scary. Yeah, because people are touching you now and you try to mask and joke it off. But also you only have 3 hours to get where you're going because you have to go right to the halfway house. It's not like you get to go home to your kids and family. So I get 3 hours to get there and I'm 2 hours away. Come on, dudes. So the first food I ate was an oatmeal cream pie. That's my favorite food.
I love those, dude.
So
I love those.
I don't know if they have gluten or not, but I've realized that I can't eat gluten anymore.
I've been having the same issue lately, actually.
Really?
Celiac runs in my family.
Dude,
yeah.
It just sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
I guess. But as soon as I stopped eating gluten, my joints stopped hurting, my face stopped breaking out. It changed my life. But not always for I miss sweets. But so I had the oatmeal cream pies. They instantly hurt my tummy. I had a full, a real cup of coffee. Had to shit myself instantly. I had, within seconds, I was like, oh, Jesus, I got to shit. That's the first time I'd ever seen Bluetooth. So now my phone is making music through the car.
There's no cable?
For real.
Yeah.
I'd never had an iPhone before. This is still the same one from that first day.
What year was it when you got out?
2023.
And you went in 2014?
Yeah, so iPhones existed.
Oh my God. That's a huge jump. Yeah.
But I was poor shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my last phone was a flip phone.
Yep.
That did not have internet on it. And even then, take away 10 years, I don't know, iPhone 4 or whatever. But so I never used a QR code. So my kids had to teach me all this shit. And then I had to deal with the anxiety of being around people. So it was so amazing being next to my wife. 1 second.
Go for it.
1 second. There's an amazing person named Alex. They're with Abra Media, and they're doing a documentary about me. So they were there the day I got picked up. This is me walking out of prison with my wife.
Oh, wow. You really did have the beard going and everything.
Yeah.
Show the camera that, too.
And then we have a picture from the car, too. It's serious, dude. So that's a picture from visiting.
Wow.
Yeah, blocks out. One of my kids did not want their face shown in the book, which is fair. I'm not going to show that on here because we never know.
Yeah.
But this is me and my wife in the car driving back.
Wow. And you got to go to the halfway house anyways.
Right away.
That's tough.
It sucked. And the halfway house sucked like hell because they don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was immediately put into a room that had 6 other people in it. It was like an apartment that had bunk beds and then 2 rooms in the back. So there were 6 people in this little apartment, smaller than this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. It was hard as shit. I had to use tablets for the first time. I had to use apps, like streaming apps, because I didn't want to miss any Chiefs games. Like my wife insisted, "You're not going to miss games. You've missed enough." But so I had to use. You have to use Netflix for a game. You have to use this for a game, and YouTube TV for a game.
Dude, that's probably the single worst technological change of the past decade.
God,
We need cable back so bad.
like they made us love cable again.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
you greedy pieces of shit.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be sitting here saying, "Please bring me a direct TV dish again,"
Right.
or something like that. But like, please, bro.
Like I've used a VPN to watch Kansas City games on local TV.
Yeah.
Because I live in Denver.
Yeah, if you
Like,
want all the, I
fucking
read something
pukes.
on Twitter recently. If you want to get like full sports game coverage, the amount of subscription services you have to pay, it's like over $200 a month.
It is.
That's
So
crazy.
what do I got? I got Amazon, Netflix, YouTube TV,
Yeah.
VPN. Yeah, it's a nightmare, dude. But yeah, thankfully I was given a job when I got out as a paralegal.
How'd you get a job as a paralegal?
This civil rights law firm.
Okay.
They believed in me. I don't work with them anymore, but I still have nothing but respect for them. Their name's Bread and Roses Legal Center.
Mhm.
They're in Denver. But they just do such amazing things, and they gave me that opportunity. Like, we believe in you, kid. Like, we're gonna help you. And so I was one of the most fortunate people on earth. Most people don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons my case manager in the halfway house hated me was he said you shouldn't be making more than me.
Yeah,
And that's-
paralegal's a good gig, dude.
It's a good gig.
It's a great gig.
But like this dude was making like $13 an hour to be a case manager for a private company for federal prisoners.
Mm.
So like he's not happy. He's
You're
paying that
flexing on
shit.
him.
I wasn't trying to. But so like the only time I could see my wife was at church. And for that first month before house arrest, she would drive an hour in the morning, pick me up, because I had to be at work by 8. I had to be there.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're in trouble. They can revoke you. So she would drive at 6:30, pick me up, drive me to work, stay with me all day at work, then drive me back to the halfway house and drive home. The torture that she went through out of love, like no one should ever have to do that. Like that's why I try so hard to stay like good to her now.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't have to do shit.
Sounds
now.
like yo or one.
No, I owe her. Yeah.
Or a big one.
So like we're at a point now to where like she gets to decide what she wants to do with her life. You want to work? Great. You don't want to work? Great. You want to do art? Great. You want to go here? Great. You don't want to travel? Great. Whatever you want, you get to do because you put your life on hold, not just for the kids, but for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I honor that. Like I honor people that do that because I watched my mom do it.
Do you think you would have made it out
No.
without her?
No, I would have killed somebody. I would
Wow.
have killed staff. Because once again, hope is what gets you through. Hope is what lets you tolerate the bullshit. So I either would have got killed by other prisoners because I was doing this, I was standing on my beliefs, brother,
Mm-hmm.
or I would have got staff because I hate them.
Yeah.
Like in that context, they are a nightmare. So I would have said enough of this. I'm done, and I would have been in ADX and probably died.
Wow. Shout out your wife, dude.
She's not like, it's not just lifesaver as in like she got me through, but like she got my brain through.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me how to conceptualize what I was going through. She taught me how to be vulnerable. She taught me how to embrace feelings. And when you get out, that shit doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like that trauma. So she is like, we had hard times. Like we weren't together for 10 years. All of a sudden I'm moving into your house after the halfway house. Like that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still have my prison trauma, and we got 2 little kids, 4 cats, and we're in this small house together. So she taught me how to deal with trauma, how to deal with triggers, and how to love her, how to be a better dad, how to deal with the kids being mean, how to deal with kids being kids,
Mm-hmm.
like being messy, being rude. I wasn't used to that. Like you're rude to me, like you. That's what you think. Obviously, you never
Yeah.
say that. You're a piece of shit if you say that. But she taught me how to be human, and she's still doing it. It hasn't stopped. Like I still don't feel, how do I say that? Like I've only been out for 2 years. So there's still prison brain big time.
Yeah.
I still get nervous. I still get scared. I still get angry. And she has taught me that like it's okay to be who you are, and it's okay to also work to be better. So there was no better partner than her, at least not for me.
How has your activism changed since you got out? I mean, you've got to be worried about going back, I'd imagine.
Think about it all the time. I do not do anything illegal. Nothing. I don't even. I've been clean like even before I went to prison, but you couldn't pay me to do drugs.
Yeah.
And if there's a big rally going on, I won't go because there's a chance that it could pop off.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be rounded up. Most people respect my situation. So, but like people will text me like crazy shit. Like, do you want us to kill this cop? And it's like, you're a cop. Like you're trying to pull me in. Like I'll get wild Instagram messages. Like, yeah, we should go kill all these Zionists or kill all this or that. Block. Cause they can grab my phone any second of the day.
Yep.
Right. Not today because she approved this travel, but anytime I'm home, she can call for a P test, call for a drug test, check my pay stubs, check my medical history, and see my phone. If you say no, you're going back to prison. So if you're saying crazy shit on here, block. If you're sending me weird Instagram stuff, block.
Yep.
I'm still able to post things that are beliefs. So I can post like free Jamil, free whoever, whatever prisoner, free JoJo Bowen, or Pepe or whoever, it doesn't matter, whoever. So I can say stuff like that. I can say activism stuff. I can say protect trans youth. I can say ICE. I can say NorCal Resist is amazing. That's a mutual aid group in Northern California. But I cannot advocate violence, and I won't. I won't risk it. I can't advocate breaking the law, and I won't. So that's how it's changed. It's I try to do lots of awareness for prisoners. Like this book isn't just about me. Like it's these stories that will never get told about medical neglect, about violence, about commissary, about tools, because no one else they'll never get a chance to do it. So I use my little platform now to try to convince people to give a shit about prisoners, even though they might have done harm. Like that's what my activism is now, care about prisoners.
When did your book come out?
It officially came out in January.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, so they did a pre-release like 6 months ago. But it just came out like to hit stores in January. And it's won 2 awards with the ABA, the American Booksellers Association. I've gotten to do shows and shit like that. I've had a really good platform, and that book is dope.
What does it specifically focus on? Your time inside?
So it focuses on trial because we're doing a disservice to people, at least in my community, if we don't talk about what trial is actually like.
Yep.
Consequence awareness. If you're going to do activist stuff, if you're going to do drugs, whatever, you need to know what you're facing.
Yep.
And then also, it then talks about, it goes from there to ADX, because there are no books about ADX. Like, because not that many people have been there, not that many people have been released, not many people have a platform. So, and there will be future activists who go there. It's gonna happen. I'm not. Luigi is gonna go to ADX, guaranteed, 110%.
Free that guy.
Yeah, I
Free
mean,
that guy.
bless his heart.
I just paid my health insurance yesterday. Free that guy.
Dude, me too. $445 a month.
Dude, I pay $630. Yeah.
God bless you. Sorry, pal.
Yeah, I know, dude. You're telling me.
But like Maduro, the leader from Venezuela who just got grabbed, he's gonna go to ADX.
Yeah.
So people are gonna want to know about these prisons. So I want them to know. I want people to know what's really happening. I don't want the narrative to be some ex-warden. I don't want the narrative to be a cop. I want the perspective to be, this is what it's like for people behind the cages.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like us. You can think we're dirtbags. You can think we're pieces of shit, but I'm not lying. Like, at least you'll know from a prisoner's voice. And there are people that I talk about in here that have been down there for 10, 15, 20 years. You've never heard of them. They will never touch their kids. They will never touch their parents. All of them have had grandkids. All of them have had parents and grandparents die. So their stories need to be told. That's what the book's about.
Has the book been doing well so far? You've gotten good feedback?
Yeah.
Nice. Seems really dope. I'm excited to read it.
It's been pushed to like the leftist market to start with, because that's where I come from.
Yep.
but we're trying, like mainstream people are reading it, doing good reviews.
Yep.
It's getting more and more exposure every day. We don't, just so people know, like I don't make money off of books. Like I want people to buy it so that they give a shit about prisoners. It's not, I could sell 1,000 copies today. I might get $100.
Really?
Yeah. Books don't make you money. Might be 200. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it's a small percent, but like books are important because they open our brains.
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to buy the book so that they give a shit, so they can learn something and maybe care.
Is this something you worked on while you were locked up or like after you got out?
So when I was locked up, I worked on another book with Josh Davidson.
Okay.
And that was called Rattling the Cages.
Mm-hmm.
Josh did all the hard work on that. I helped come up with the idea and edit some stuff. But that book is the oral history of North American political prisoners from every movement, not just one movement.
Yeah.
But it was because when we think about these ex-political prisoners, the old Black Panthers, the AIM people, the Earth Liberation people, we think of their actions. He did a tree sit. He got arrested at Pine Ridge, whatever. What we don't think about is what their day-to-day life is actually like. We don't humanize them. And so Rattling the Cages was me and Josh's attempt to reach out to those people and ask them questions to get what their actual life is like. How do you love in there? What do you do for entertainment? What's the best friend you had? What's a moment you can't live without? Mm-hmm. When were times really hard? We want people to see prisoners as humans, even if their crimes or actions are things you find deplorable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Rattling the Cage is dope. Like it is an amazing book. Josh did a great job.
Yeah, that was when I was doing my research on you, I saw that book pop up.
It's awesome.
Had some very good reviews on
that
Amazon.
That one came out January 23, and then this one came out January 25.
Do you have any more books coming soon?
We're not coming soon because we still want to push the shit out of this one, but the next one's going to be about prison relationships.
Oh.
Because there's no books about it.
Yep. You're filling a niche right now.
Yeah. Like I'm cornering the market.
Yep.
But people don't know how hard it is to maintain love and how like a relationship can actually succeed.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be exploitation. It doesn't have to be a partner putting their life on hold because you're going through so much. There's a way for you both to grow. And me and my wife have experience with that, and we know other people who have. So that's important.
Nice. And for all you guys listening to this right now who want to check out Eric's new book, you can scroll down below and check the comment section and just look at the pinned comment. There'll be links to everywhere you can buy it. So don't miss out on that. Make sure you get your hands on the book. I got some reading to do later. And Eric, I got to say, dude, this has been one of the most interesting conversations I've had in a very long time.
It went pretty good.
You know, I think...
you asked good questions.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I don't know what I necessarily expected going into this, but I think upon first glance, a lot of people, myself even included, I'll say, would think that you have more like out there beliefs. And after speaking to you, like you're a very grounded person.
I hope.
You're a very grounded guy.
I get judged pretty harsh because they hear like anarchist, piece of shit. Also, like there's this weird thing where people will see hair or tattoos or fingernails and automatically say goofball piece of shit deserves to be in prison.
Yep.
Which is really weird because like it's okay to have tattoos on your arms, but not right below your fingers.
There's certain places it's weird.
It's weird. Like people get really upset if you have colors on your nails, but everywhere else is okay.
Yep.
It me up. I also get called like poor trash, like you not a member of society. I have a really good job. Like I own a house.
Yeah, you were a paralegal when you got out.
And still am.
Yeah.
So like I appreciate you treating me like a human. Other interviewers haven't always done that. And so I honor that, and I hope people give a shit about prisoners. I hope they support prisoners.
Hell yeah. I like the message. Well, everyone at home watching, thank you all for watching all the way to the very end. We greatly appreciate it here at the Gobcast. Drop a like, drop a sub if you haven't already. Go tap in with Eric. All his socials will be linked below, as well as the link to his book, which I mentioned just, a couple minutes ago. Thank you all for watching. Love you guys. Episode 104. Anything you want to say on your way out?
Please treat every prisoner like they were your grandparent. How would you want your grandparent to be treated even if they did something horrible? Remember, like, love goes a long way, and we all have it in us. Right, prisoners?
Share the love, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Deuces.
You're now watching the Gobcast. Viewer discretion is advised.